WIFTVPM.
Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, there's turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20-piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on. Why you gotta look so good, good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on. Why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I wanna check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your grown on. Oh, when you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Oh, when you're at the job just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting your own woman on. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done and your nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case, he was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show on a Thursday. I ate a little bit too much yesterday. just a touch too much. But I am here, right here on a Thursday morning, bright and early, 5:30. Alarm clock don't change. No matter how late you do it at the night before, the alarm clock does not change. So that bad boy went off this morning, and I was like, wait a minute. Nope. I actually woke up because I was like, first of all, I woke up at like 1:30 in the morning in the chair, which means that obviously Carrie attempted to wake me up and it didn't work. And she just was like, I'm about to be up out of here. So I'm going to let you have this chair and you go ahead and knock it out. So I woke up at about 1:30, like, I halfway had an attitude because I'm like, Dad, how you going to leave me in the chair? But I already know how that works. She be like, wake up. It's time to go to bed. Wake up. You don't wake up. She's like, I'm going to bed. Right?
Bye.
Right? You have it. You sleep. The goal is to go to sleep. So sleep. Sleep. Got upstairs. Got in the bed. And when you get in the bed at 1:30 and you got to get up at 4, it's like, it's just in your mind. It's like by the time you close your eyes, you be like, I can't go to sleep.
You should just lay at the other end. That's how you trick yourself.
I can't now. We got a sleep number. So it's like foot heating down there. So if you go sleep on, like, how you
sweating.
Not only will you be sweating, you might even cook your face. Yeah, I'm just nervous, man. I turned that thing on and I was like, So first of all, this whole sleep number thing is really weird because in the middle of the night you hear zzz, zzz, zzz. You be like, wait, what is going on? But it is apparently the mattresses, when you roll and move, they're adjusting to find your optimal sleep. It was funny because I was looking at it. So, like, they have this app with it that analyzes your sleep. So you put the app in and you get in the bed and you tell it how long you want, like how long you're going to sleep, and it gives you your optimal sleep hours, when you wake up, when you fall. It was pretty cool to look at, except for they was like, okay, so first of all, sleep is an essential part of your life, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm like, cool. So I was like, I'm going to go analyze my sleep. And as I'm going to analyze my sleep, Ruthie, it's like they're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't let them see the number. When you go to analyze your sleep, Ruthie, it says, okay, at first it says, how many hours a night do you get to sleep? So I couldn't find my 4. It's like it starts at 6. It was like 4 wasn't even on that bad boy.
Error.
Right, like they was like, oh, you gotta wait for Carrie to get in the bed, and then you'll analyze it from her, because you don't even meet the minimum requirements of sleep. However, I am going to tell you that I have noticed the difference, like within a very short amount of time. We only really had it 2 days, but I definitely could tell you there's definitely a difference. But when you wake up and it's I'd be like, next thing they're going to have scanners. You know, because then they got this thing where it's like, you know how you be hot under the covers, then cold under the covers, then hot under the covers? They got this thing where it put a breeze through the cover. So
No way.
Yeah. It's like, whew. So your feet be heated. Then it's got like airflow through the mattress. And then it be
I like it, but I just think about the dark side of technology and how pretty soon you're going to have to go to bed at a certain time, and you going to have to get up at a certain time.
Hey, man.
And your bed, the bed is going to tell it all.
There's a lot of brothers that's already used to that. Been at the joint. They be like, time to go to bed, homie.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, man. It's like, that's like a Black Mirror.
It reminds me of self-driving cars, too. It's like they going to make you go somewhere.
Right. Hold on. That's not where I'm trying to go. Oh, no.
Yes, it is.
You late. You didn't make your car note. We taking you to the car. Could you imagine having a self-driving car? You get in the car and they take you to the car payment. Like,
or them making you get out the bed.
You've been asleep too much.
Yeah. You've exceeded your allotment.
Get your ass up.
Do you have an additional $100?
If you don't awake,
man, they gonna be selling us sleep, man.
I'm just gonna tell you though. I mean, I had that already. My old man was like, "Oh, dog, what you thought? You thought it was the weekend you was gonna sleep this?" First of all, I've got to I'm gonna have to ship my son to Aunt Tennille, because Aunt Tennille is like gonna make it be like the military. Aunt Tennille has like the nice military, right? It's like it'd be like, "Oh no, you gonna." Aunt Tennille be like, he'd be like, "I love going there, but I gotta go do work." And it's like I feel like in some cases I feel that's all right. I'm gonna make him get a job. He got a job. He got a business actually, and he always be sweating me. I be running around. He'd be like, "We said we had a meeting." I'd be like, "Did you call Ruthie to schedule that?"
You know, sometimes people don't take me serious when they find out it's me, and I be trying to be professional.
Why?
They just feel like they know me from being on the.
I'm like, I don't know you. I do not know you. I am calling.
Is this Ruthie Mo?
What you doing, answering talking?
What are the date options that are available?
What are you talking about, girl? You famous. I'm just saying. I have. I must tell you though, I do have a little bit less anxiety in the day now, because I know that it's like it's just when I forget to tell somebody. Right, I told dude we're gonna have a meeting, but I forgot I have a board meeting today. I thought we put it on, but I forgot. I don't know.
A board meeting.
The Turnstone.
I know what you're talking about.
So that meeting is today. So whatever Thursday this is, every other month. Okay, it's the third. Okay, so we got to remember that. So we got to make all that stuff happen. But anyway. Ruthie, I went to the cut yesterday, and I ran into my friend, shout out to Darren Collier, DC, who decided that he's like the Black mayor of that place. Like you thought Dawn was stunting when we went? Stunt City. It was great. It was excellent. You know, I love when we need a black place to ball out like that, though. Right? Like, it was crazy to watch what went down yesterday and to know that went to white folks. Right? And it's like, I really want to I got to tell you about this other part. Because it was like, and the thing that, okay. So, okay, I'm going to tell this story. No, I better not. Don't tell it. But I was thinking, like, if I tell it, then it might, like, I'm not going to tell it. I'll tell you, but I'm not going to tell it. But I'm just telling you, yesterday, hey, man, so those drinks are deceptive. Because, no, really. Like, when you pay $28 for one cocktail, you get $28 worth.
100%.
And so if you have 3 cocktails, you've really drank half a bottle. If not, it's like, I call it Baby Series Cafe. Like, Series used to do tall glass. They do half glasses, but that half glass, you have to tell them to put I was like, excuse me, I need you to send this back. Because I need some more juice.
That's a rarity.
No, I'd be like, no, not there.
Yeah.
Like, family, I appreciate you. But, like, if I want a good drink, it's not based on the alcohol content.
You need more balance.
Yes. I'd be like, please, could you please tell them to put some juice in it?
But I think some people drink to get drunk.
I used to be a partaker of that.
It
changes when you're
taste nothing.
At 5 o'clock, 3 drinks doesn't seem like much. But that 5 o'clock drink extends you to 8. Right? Like, that 5 o'clock drink will make you thinking, oh, I got time for another one. And you look up and it's 8 o'clock and you be like, really, dog? Then you be like, okay, it's good. I'm going to get home. I tried to watch Bel-Air last night. Bel-Air watched me. It was good, though, the first part. Like, the first part that I saw, it seemed like it was good. And I think they call it dark. I don't think it's dark necessarily. I think it's closer to reality, the part that I stayed awake for.
I only saw a preview.
Black man. I mean, he was like a little swaggy. Like, he was definitely like not like Goofy Will. Hey, I'm going to West Philadelphia, is where I was raised.
I think I've transitioned into a form of adulthood where I would like them to leave things in the past. And I know how y'all felt back when, it was reinventing y'all songs and we was like, yeah, and y'all was like, this ain't nothing new.
Right.
So I get it now.
Not really. Not yet.
Get it.
It's wait till you get on the doubles.
No, Maze, I get it because I'm tired of them remixing songs from my childhood.
So think about that. When they doing that, I'm on my triple. I done heard the original in the 70s, the Puffy remake in the 90s, and now y'all remaking Puffy's remix.
I can't even imagine another layer.
It's gonna be, because they're gonna be sampling that. I mean, like the other day I was listening. Dun, 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 dun. I was waiting for Shanice, and then there was another one that came out after that. So then I thought it was that one, and then it wasn't. It was a whole nother one.
It's too much.
From like Miami Vice or whatever the girl's name was or something. I don't know. Y'all. I'm just telling you. Like, think about this. Puffy is now dating granddaughters. Young Miami, like, Young Miami be putting Puffy to sleep. She be like, boy, go to sleep. I'm telling you, I'm 50. I'm 51. I'll be like, excuse me. Yes, you feel free to go to the party. Have a good time. Just leave me right here in the room. I'll happily go to sleep. At least watch TV. Could you just put the remote close before you go? I'm just telling you. It's just, yeah. So just think about that. These remix, man, anyway. All right, so anyway, I spent a little time yesterday at the joint, had some drinks, Ruthie, and they caught up with me. I was flying high till I got out that Uber. Sat in the chair. And I had a I had a replay. And I was like, Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was thinking about my 48 Laws of Power book, and I was like, good Lord, there's about 20 of these bad boys that just went straight out the window.
What's the number that you got to get to before you like, uh-oh? Like,
You
how many
break-
laws can you break in one sitting?
It really only takes one.
Ooh, and there's 48 of them?
Yeah.
Good
it really only
God.
takes one. It really only takes one. You be like,
That's
wait.
tough. That's a tough metric. If it's 48, that's a lot of, whew.
I mean,
At least what's 10%? That's like 5, 6.
if you get to 5 or 6, I'm like, all right. At 5 or 6, I'll be like, I'm 5 or 6, I'm probably never gonna see you again.
You know, it's like, that's the thing about having like a guiding book of like standards.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when people in real time be like violating them, you be like, check, 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 check. Or as people call them, red flags. But you know, you like 48 laws of power.
Well, that's my book.
Uh-huh.
Like that. I feel like sometimes people think it's such a. They're like, it's so manipulative, and it's like, no, it's like they're really the most basic, essential things that you're gonna cross.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you don't like socially awkward situations, that book helps you see when you're in a socially awkward situation and you're being right. So anyway, it was I had a good time last night though. I really did. I had great steak. Shout out to the Cajun ribeye. That I also learned a great trick yesterday, because whenever I never could eat the whole steak at the restaurant. So, you know what I did? My boy DC said, why don't you send it back? I was like, man, I already cut it. The problem when you get a steak and it's too much is you eat all the best pieces at the table. And then when you go to put it back to eat the rest, it's like you done ate all the good pieces. So instead, we had to slice family style. So it cut every piece in there, every little piece. But then I could judge, because you can't never judge how much steak you should eat to have enough to make it worthwhile to warm up the next day. Right? Like if you eat a steak and then you done cut off all the good pieces.
Don't be mad.
You be mad, right? It don't be the same steak. It's like, because all you got is the center of it. You ain't got none of the little fat, none of the little marbling. You just got straight meat.
Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you, family style, cut it, have them cut it, and then you eat. And then I was like, this is just enough to go with my eggs for the next day. Cheese, eggs, and Cajun ribeye steak for breakfast. That's going to be it.
Who kept the bone?
What you mean? I kept the bone. I always keep the bone. Not for the dog either. The most meat is, the most flavor is in the bone, Ruthie.
I recall.
And I was about to order skirt steak, and then I thought about you saying, you and Dawn being like, it's breakfast steak. It's breakfast steak.
Or tacos, right?
Now I killed some tacos the other day with some skirt steak. Y'all just wasn't. If y'all would have had some of my skirt steak tacos, y'all would have been like, dang.
Was it tender?
It always is. You know, the challenge with skirt steak is you have to marinate it. You have to, like, if you do not either soak that bad boy in some beer or something to bust up them tendons and bust up them sinews, you're going to be... You're going to be chewing, it's going to be pulley and all. So you got to let it sit in some beer or let it sit in like some vinegar or something like that. Just enough to make it in like maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Oh,
Then,
long.
like I always pour a Stella on mine.
Ooh, I love a Stella.
I used to. It's like I used to be like nothing. Like I used to, if I drank one Stella, I was drinking a 6-pack. No doubt. No doubt. Oh, I could drink a Stella. Like now, it's just like
I feel full.
I'd be like, I'm not gonna have anything to drink today. Yesterday, when we started, I was like, they was like, would you like a drink? I said, I'm gonna start slow. So I was like, I'll have a Sprite. And they were like, dang, you said slow. I didn't know you meant Sprite slow. I thought you meant, but I'm just telling you, if I would not have had started with them Sprites, this would have been a bad day today for real.
Ooh.
But anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I've been talking to my girl, Ruthie Moore. Ruthie Moore, how you feeling today?
Pretty good. It's almost Friday.
It's almost Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
I like your sweater. It's kind of SG Rowish, but I like it.
Don't you start.
Great compliment.
Don't you start.
That's the best you can come up with.
I was like, right.
I like single
Right, I was
Rose.
like, right.
There you go.
Yes, because you live with one, but that's okay.
I like them.
Yeah, but I think I look pretty fresh in this yellow. I do.
You see, I think that's a
it's-
nice gold.
Yeah.
It is.
Yellow,
It's very nice.
yellow, gold. Yeah, well, I don't like to call it gold.
Why not? Because alpha
I don't
for
want
alpha.
nobody be getting no funny
Oh.
You can call it gold because that's not our color anyway.
ideas. That's not I call it.
It's not
Hey, you
anyway.
better
It's
tell
like when somebody
you
call
better
yours
tell-
red. You know what I'm saying? Tell them it ain't red, is it, Ruthie? You know, it's old
Ruthie
gold.
be like, it's red.
It's crimson red.
Yeah, man, you know it. That's why I be like, go up like that's cool. That's not our color anyway. Now you say old gold. Now hold on.
Old
now.
gold,
Hold
okay.
on
Nobody
now.
want that crusty.
Hold on now.
Old. Nobody want no crusty old gold. Speaking of crusty old gold, DJ Riis the ruler. How you feeling this morning, dog? What's going on?
Blessed by the best. You know, old gold is the best too.
Oh, he tried to do the remix. Huh?
Come on,
Take that,
Reese.
take
Man,
that.
I'm good. I was wondering, I came in here because certain days when you like could come in here, man. Like May's got a little peace of mind. So certain days I come in like, "What's up, boss?" You can tell. If he's still like working, he probably just you know what I'm saying, because he's still in the mode today. But if I come in and my paper already on my dog, we lit, Ruthie.
Come here, Reese.
You know what I'm saying?
Reese, he good today? He good today, Reese.
Yeah.
Look, Reese got the job though. He got the Reese got the job of he got to tell May's job on the you was on the call when Reese got the. So now Reese is now officially nominated as the you got to tell Mays. He in the you gonna tell him? You gonna tell him? Nah,
That
Reese,
used to
it's
be
your
a secret position, but I'm glad now it's officially added to your job
job.
description.
Mays, can I talk to you? I be like, Mays, it's gonna be Mays. Can I talk to you? What do y'all want now?
It's so funny because sometimes I be in the morning, I be like needing to talk to you about business, but I be like, Ruthie, don't just wait.
Because I heard y'all this morning and I was like, y'all,
you see, I ain't say
I was like,
nothing
y'all
to you.
start-
I just brought my
y'all-
little pile of stuff I need to ask you, and
Y'all
I'll just wait until you ready.
man, I was like, y'all start. I was like, this is a different job. This is. I was like, wait, are
I
y'all?
was at the wrong job.
I was like, y'all forgot what y'all own. Then I was like, it's all.
That
I
ain't
was
even
like,
right. See, you.
I was
Man,
thinking
you
like,
got
this is
nothing.
our. I was like, are you
straight
working?
up.
I was like, are you on someone else's clock right now? The Mace Jackson show is not getting all of the attention that it's supposed to be getting right now. I was like, Reese, are you double dipping right now? Are you talking? So can I combine those hours? And look, it's just funny. Anyway, I was thinking though, like I had the door open. I was like, oh, so y'all just gonna do other work, huh? You got paperwork, huh? That's 9 o'clock work. That ain't 6 o'clock work. I was laughing though. Anyway, I was gonna say something, but since you brought it up, I ain't say nothing.
I just said it right there.
I was like, if she come in here, I said, I swear to God, because I was already like,
I told you.
I was like, if she come in here with them damn papers talking
No,
about
I-
some maize,
Nope.
I need to know. I was like, I'm finna.
Nope, I know. I learned. I
I was like,
said nope.
it's gonna be a good day, y'all. I'm gonna tell you though. When you go to sleep and you get up at 4, you ever wake up still drunk?
Yeah.
I legitimately believe that I am still drunk.
Yes, that has happened. It's a different type though.
Yeah, it is. It's like I do. I like. Whew. So it is the Mace Jackson show. DJ Riis the ruler. Ruthie is in the building. So let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet and get this thing up and away. It is the Mace Jackson show. I'm gonna run through some of these headlines really quickly. I'm gonna see how many I can run through quickly before we go to break and see if I can get us back on schedule. All right, first of all, the downtown rebound. I don't know if you saw. Chicago Loop Alliance says that 30%. We have a return of over 30% up from last year. They're saying that they are continually surprised. In the meantime, the mayor says the superintendent says carjackings are down. I'm like, fool, it's wintertime. It's like everybody in Chicago know it don't. Everything crack after this.
Mm-hmm. Spring and summer.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of wintertime, they said call off the dogs on the snow, on the super snow warnings. There still will be snow this afternoon, but not the double digits that we thought. They thought that we were going to get over a foot. Now they're talking about somewhere between 3 and 6. Some people may not get any. I was hoping we got snow because
They been wrong a lot, ain't they?
That's why they have been. That's why they said they be listening to Tom Skilling. I stopped listening to Tom Skilling though when his brother crashed Enron.
Ooh.
Right? Nobody, they just be like, Tom. I'd be like, man, his brother stole you. He probably eating off y'all granny's pension, but I'm gonna let that go. I don't know if you saw Mia Wright got $1.67 million for getting dragged out of the car at the Brickyard during the uprisings. City settlement. It was a lot going on in that. Also, Chicago principals are looking to unionize, which would be another fatality for the mayor. Gately Park and Fieldhouse was renamed after Dr. Conrad Worrell. I said winter weather's not so bad. The Latinos have doubled down. They are adding reinforcements to their remap battle. And then, I ordered some floor mats for my car. Like when I first got my car back and it was my winter car, I was all excited about, getting it in order. So I saw these super cool floor mats that I ordered from online. Y'all ever heard of Wish?
Oh my goodness. I know you wish you wouldn't have.
I didn't know. I did not know. I think that should be illegal. Them pictures be looking dope.
I agree with you, Maze.
It's
a finesse.
I couldn't believe. I was like,
and try to call them and send it back. You're gonna be in China somewhere.
When I saw the package, I was like, I had ordered it so long I forgot.
Shouldn't there really be like some type of federal protections?
Not from Xing Zhang Zhang though. Xing Zhang be like, I'm out. They done closed the factory. It's gone. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I sure do wish I knew about Wish before. I never understood why people would always be making them memes about Wish. Anyway, I might take a picture and show it to y'all one day once I get through being embarrassed. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:35 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather report. In sports, the Chicago Bulls in action last night at the Madhouse, the United Center. Bulls taking on the Sacramento Kings. Game got good in the fourth quarter, but the Bulls will win 125-118 as DeMar DeRozan scores 38. Head on over the traffic on the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop will be 19. Outbound to O'Hare is 17. On the Edens inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange and back will be 27 minutes. While on the Eisenhower in both directions will be 28. On the Stevenson, we got 30 minutes from I-355 to the Dan Ryan and 30 minutes outbound. While the Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 32 minutes, 27 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan, 16 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South. 55th to Jackson. The Jackson to 55th is 7 minutes and 8 minutes north. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 34 and cloudy. Today will be a high of 19 with today will be a high of 41 with a low of 19. I'm Riis the Ruler. Back to the Maze Jackson Show.
Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. Gethsemane, the Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, the Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, the Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, the Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. Dear Lord, it's me again. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. But plus, Ruthie Mo, I get a little irritated every time you wear that hoodie. Now, I'm not going to trip.
Got one for you.
I'm not going to trip.
I've been looking.
I'm not going to trip because I be getting like extra fresh. I'm wearing this one today so that tomorrow.
That is a very nice jacket.
So I could wear the one you got me tomorrow. Ooh. Right, for Friday.
They popping.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I bought this one because I didn't want to be like y'all. Then you popped off with it. I was like, I said, everybody got the camo shirts. So I said, I'm going to get me the Bob Marley.
I really like that.
It's like understatedly cool. Right?
Why understatedly cool?
Because it ain't like
it's, I get what you're saying. It's like subtle. But
right,
if I look closer, I see different things that are like
detail.
That's cold.
Attention to detail.
The zipper on the back. I
got a hood in here. You know what I'm saying? This,
The material is nice too. I hear it.
It was the first time we went on a trip, and when we left, I wasn't counting my pennies to be able to see what I could. Like when you see the stuff in the souvenir store on the way out, that'd be like extra fresh, but it'd be extra expensive. Mm-hmm. I was like, you know what? I'll take it.
Good investment.
And I was very proud when I put it on. Now I must tell you though that when I put on the jacket with the patches, that go up. That go up. Like, man, people like, come here, let me. I be like, okay, you gonna stop feeling on. They be like, let me.
They got pins on it.
Right now the pins, I'm just telling you, them pins only got a look. They're not gonna make it.
Why?
Because Ruthie, I am the most rugged person.
Okay.
Ever.
Should have glued the pins on.
Right. Like you should have took the pins. If they got like a little, I lose every pin. Like if it's on a suit, I will lose it. Mm-hmm. So I put my book bag on. Next thing you know, the book bag is on the joint, it's pulling it, whatever. No diss. Mm-hmm. But I'm just telling you. But I'm telling you, the jacket, like people's like, oh, let me take a picture. I was like, my face is here. I really just then they started taking pictures of the patches and be like, ooh, I'm like, so what your name is? Great job. Great job. Shout out to Ruthie Mo. Great thoughts. Great thoughts. I appreciate being thought of.
I got one too. So we got matching jackets, man.
I feel like Jake from State Farm right now. I feel like I'm in the State Farm commercial. I thought it was only for me.
It is. Yours is custom.
Only for me.
It is.
And now you got one.
They different.
I did not know we was getting a family jacket like our house jackets. Now I feel some kind of way. It's like the house gift. Now we got a house jacket. Like everybody got a jacket. Did Riis get one too? If Riis get a jacket for his birthday, I'm gonna be offended. You better find him something else. Oh my God.
That is so funny.
Can't have nothing around this month. Speaking of having something, let me say what's up to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. I'm your host. 1570 AM. It's where the Saints listen to us every day from 6:30 to 8 a.m. Now the Sinners get here at 6 o'clock and they stay till 9 every day, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9. It's the Maze Jackson Show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. But if you are with the Saints, catch us from 6:30 to 8 live on WBGX 1570 AM. Yesterday I was out in Riverdale. Shout out to everybody out in Riverdale who I was. Hey man, the seniors. I think I need to do a senior tour. I know it's not my You know, I always wanted to be Jay-Z or something, or Prince. But I feel like the seniors, they be like, we with you, bro. And so yesterday I was speaking on the importance of voting and why it's so important now. And when we talk, like I did like a 30-minute Maze Jackson show. And they was like, what? Who voting? Like, tell the seniors what's happening with this right to vote. And they be like, wait, what? We was outside when this was happening. We was getting hit over the head. And now you telling me that the right to vote they giving it away? Now, goes back to this other thing that's happening with with the Black caucus right now and the Latino caucus. I want to talk about it because I think the world is changing on us, and we're still aligning ourselves with history instead of the future. Black politicians are, man, Joe, it's like when we get it, they take the value out of it.
Yes.
It's like whenever black people get to the top spot, then they take the value out of it. This thing that's happening with the Latino caucus and this remap is really getting frustrating for me. And the reason it's frustrating for me is because we're getting our butts kicked. Let me back up. Our representatives are getting what appears to be like their butts kicked, holding on to an old playbook that no longer exists. And while we may not always be happy with them, we have to live with the decisions that are being made with them. So it's like, I almost feel like we need to jump in this fight because they're our representatives. Mm-hmm. And even though they're getting beat up and we would like to beat them up, not beat them up, but be in a fight with them, they're getting their butts kicked on our behalf. And when I say on our behalf, I don't mean that in a good way. It's like, anyway, I'm going to save that. I'm going to save it because it's a little frustrating for me. It's like, you know how we say the black elected officials aren't doing things for us? I don't know that they're accustomed to. I don't know that they're accustomed to fighting, and so I don't know that they know to put their hands up. Like, you ever seen somebody who's never been in a fight and like completely, and they don't know to put their hands up? Or the only thing they know how to do is put their hands up in defense, not to go on offense. And I am concerned right now that we are being beat up representatively, and people thinking we sweet and we ain't sweet. But the people that are at the table ain't used to fighting. So they think like, you know how like in a war it's like like on Game of Thrones they be like, send your best man to the fight against our best man to the fight. They sent their best man to the fight. We haven't sent our best men to the fight because we on the bench. And the people that are fighting ain't really fighters. And so we're hoping that these old alliances that, man,
are going to protect us.
Right. Or the old deals are going to protect us, and it ain't. There are no more old deals. Like, even what's happening with the 11th Ward. Like, will it be Bridgeport or Chinatown? I would argue that the black people would say it should stay Bridgeport. While the Latinos are saying, all right, let's make it Chinatown. Chinatown, y'all come with us. Meanwhile, we more like, okay, let's hope that the ghost of Christmas past will come back and save us. Or like it's just it is like I'm reading this paper and I know Fran Spielman is instigating it and I understand it, but like we are getting outpointed. And they told you what their playbook is. Like the reality is the Latinos are like, let's take it to the mats because nobody really cares what the black people, like nobody, who sides with the black people? Nobody.
What they got to lose?
Right. Exactly.
Literally nothing, like, and everything to gain. So I leave it all on the flow too. I agree with you when you say that we be on defense a lot. And I think a lot of it has to do with our current black elected officials, their inability to get over the fear of seeming anti. And I feel like that's the crux of all of this. None of the black elected officials will step out to talk about the preservation of black people and blackness because they don't want to be seen as anti-Asian or anti-Latino. And so they're trying to save themselves versus thinking about the collective blackness. And I'm putting that in air quotes because really we don't necessarily got that like we need it. But I think that's what it is.
I'm going to also add to that. I feel like they've been so used to having things happen to them if they aren't in alignment that they have almost like a fear of the people they're doing battle with. Like if somebody beat you up when you was a kid, I feel like they still are fearful of that person. Like they don't use all the levers that they have. Like let me give you an example. There was a time when my livelihood was made up from my governmental relationships. When I got out of line, they dried up my relationships and dried up my ability to make money. Which meant I had to become a survivalist for 5 years. You can't, the challenge I have is that if your livelihood is contingent upon your relationships with government, you pick which people you gonna disrespect in the government, then they should dry you up. See, I like, they'll use every lever. They'll use, do you remember, what was it, Brutes? Destroy the Brutes? What was it?
Exterminate the Brutes.
Exterminate the Brutes. Remember, there was a point in there when they said they had certain bullets that they agreed that they would not use against each other. However, they could use them against the Africans. So the Europeans got together and said, look, these bullets, they cause so much damage that it is irreparable. This is inhumane for us to use these weapons. Except when you are doing battle in Africa. Right? Like, I don't know how you could disrespect the whole Black Caucus and then come into City Hall and expect to get anything done.
Because what they gonna do?
What you gonna? But that's my point. That's what you do.
And they ain't gonna even. Not only is it's okay. So at least if they ain't gonna do nothing, at least say something. At least posture. Can we get a little posturing or something? I take some posturing. Can we start there? At least that's one step in the right direction. Can y'all at least posture for black people?
This is what I want everybody to do, because I know this is gonna be crazy. I almost feel like I want to read the article out loud, the whole thing, which I will do. I'm gonna do it because I just need y'all to read. Like, you not gonna get in the paper and tell me what you gonna do to me, and then come in my house and eat.
You better,
bro. Femo. Like, I'm with you. You like. Let me tell you, when I would be in the paper, when I would be in the paper, when I would be on the news, and I would be talking, the same people who this dude is talking, they would be like, man, you say that they gonna cut you. Why is it that we can whoop on a black person and they can get all the black people rallied up to say he can't eat no more?
Mm-hmm.
For the black person, but anybody else can come poke you in the head, push you, talk crazy. Like,
civility.
But it's not, they're not talking, it's like they're not being civil. It's like, again, it's like, don't push me again. If you push me again, don't push me again. So you're going to stand there and just keep on getting pushed. Because you can't walk away because you got to stay there because you don't want to run. But you scared to throw the punch. But like, you in a fight now, cuz. It's like there is no civility. Right. They
ain't got none, but I call it and I know the Saints is on, but I call it the church mindset. That's how they get us.
That is it. The we shall over, like, this article, when I read this article, I was like, look, man. Look. I really said, when I read the article, I said, look, man. Y'all need, like, and it's like, it ain't even a front page article.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't, like, the Latinos basically said, we lining up with the white progressives. Who wants to be with the niggas?
And let's leverage the Asians, because they're...
And let's leverage the Asians, because while we protecting the history, they are aligning with the future. We're aligning with the history. So, right, like...
No, we aligning with the whites. Remember how you broke it down, and after you broke this down this way, can't nobody say nothing to me about the remap without me understanding who really pulling the strings. And sometimes I do feel like white people do use black people to fight their battles, because white people they ain't trying to fight the Latinos because they know they really can't, so they trying to use the black. That's like a whole different thing, but I just feel like that's a part of it.
And it is. And now what they're doing is they're using white progressives. Like, they're using white progressives who feel the ability to say, when white people they're using the fair argument, right? Which essentially is, anytime you Negroes get something, let's make it fair. Cause I'm just telling y'all. Okay, and I'm really off my subject because this is really supposed to be for 7 o'clock. I mean, for 7:30. But I am going, when we come back, I'm gonna read the article. I am going to, though, right now. Ruthie, that article just disturbed like I was disturbed this morning. Like, truly. Did you see it? Have you seen it? Are you looking at it? Mm-hmm. I'm going to read it out loud at 7 o'clock. This is why I be telling y'all got 6 months. Because I can't be in a space where, like, straight up, you in the paper talking cash, like, your livelihood revolves around having relationships with elected officials, and you in the paper talking smack about the elected officials. I do that, I'm in trouble. They do that, they make more money. I can be punished.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else care. Like I'm saying, like, there's no...
It's unconscionable.
This is part of the reason why you find very few black people wanting to be involved in the it's why black people first has to exist. If you are a black man and you read that politically, it's like dude just basically said, y'all ain't gonna do shit. And I'm tired of being perceived as feckless. Let me Google feckless real quick. I want to read it. Because, here we go. Lacking initiative or strength of character. I am concerned for our future, for the future of our children who will live here, if everybody thinks that we are sweet. Like, when you read that, it's like I feel like, everybody be like, Maze, you see this? What you gonna do about that? I'm gonna wait for y'all to do what y'all did to me. When the white boy said, okay, we gonna shut that Negro up, he can't eat no more. I want y'all to do that same. I'm saying, why, what I'm supposed to do?
After y'all done disempowered me, now you want me? Yeah.
Right?
Just talk about it, man.
And it's like, fam. Now, if you want to give me a sword, give me this. I'm happy to be a swordsman.
Come on.
But I can't be a swordsman and you poking me over the bridge. I'm fighting dude to knock him off the bridge and you poking me from the back. Because you still aligned with the people who ain't helping you now and can't help you now. And think about all of our investment in the power of Madigan, and now he can't help no damn body. Think about all the people that jockeyed and spent their time trying to be a Madigoon, trying to be like, who asked, what does the speaker think? What do he think now? May not go to jail. That's not my problem. But what I am telling you is we spent all these years building someone else's kingdom and castle, and now the castle is being stormed, and now the people are inside the castle using it as a weapon against us. The castle you built.
Come on.
Your castle. Because you hoped one day not that you could be the king of the castle, but one day maybe you might be a duke or a duchess.
Come on.
That you might one day be able to be a knight in the army and you would slay as many black people as you needed to prove your loyalty to the king.
The king is dead.
The king is dead. And all the people that was spending the time in the castle that he put you under are now saying, I could be the king. Meanwhile, y'all talking about Maze the troublemaker. Why are you where your king at? And now here go the thing. We're going to be subject. With all these warriors out here ready to fight, you can't call none of them. Because you was busy slaying them. Downplaying them, saying how they was not credible. Looking the other way. And now, they got the audacity to get in. I just want y'all to remember, when I was saying this 10 years ago, when I was saying, hey, yo, this is happening. Y'all let me be crazy. And I open up this article and I read this article and I'm saying to myself, oh, that's what we doing? Like, I really did feel like, okay, Tyrone, Mark, Tamiko, Willie, everybody. Like, read this. Like, we really right now, I was thinking about the conversation about Nipsey's that happened the other day. And I was thinking, like, this is what we on while this is happening. Dude came, Teddy was like, ain't that the most powerful alderman in the city of Chicago right now, supposed to be? And right now, they have already planted the seeds for the mayor to undercut her. When we get the spot, it ain't nobody respected no more. Nobody would have ever considered treating Dick Mel the way that they treating Michelle Harris.
Mm.
But I'm the bad guy. Because ain't nobody else gonna say nothing. Y'all gonna write a letter. Please don't disrespect. Remember, they was in the meeting and the brothers wrote a letter saying, please stop disrespecting our women. No disrespect, famo. But like, and just think, it should be that there should be a fear of getting snatched up for talking crazy to a black woman. Like, cuz, I understand we in a meeting, and I understand we got a disagreement, but what you not gonna do is be up here disrespectful. You gonna respect the title cause we some niggas. But it ain't even no fear. When I come back, I'm gonna read this article to y'all. It's the Mace Jackson Show. I am highly pissed this morning. Highly. And I feel like I'm in a conundrum because I want to do something, but I be like, dang, y'all the same ones that teamed up. It's funny that they all was the same people that teamed up to work and whoop on me. And now the people that you teamed up with is whooping on you. I'm over here minding my business. Don't nobody care about the little stupid Facebook page. You just be talking smack. Man, you see what do? It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
This is Monster Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
You see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. A partner to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been running. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so weak, say, easy love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time. I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me. Know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. I didn't love you, and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Easy to make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
If you ain't trying to help us, don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve. In the mirror, realize you great. Yeah, we always argue with our brothers, but ain't nobody gonna take our place. Just stay in tune and stay on top about who forward, about who not. Just green light all the black economy, then watch all the shooting don't stop. To my black people in power, just remember we put you in power. If you really wanna save all the black princesses, be Mario and not Bowser. They gave us a hard job. We gon' make it if we do it together. Divided before, we gotta evolve. With confidence, you are winning before you started. With no confidence in the people, we always gon' be defeated.
What's in it for me? What's in it for you? Who's telling the lies? Who's telling the truth? Black people realize the sun shines for you. So stop the divide. See what melanin do. What's in it for the black people? Lies we turn people.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Wake up, Ruthie.
These working conditions. Goodness.
I turned on the heat, dang. Y'all be tripping,
There
man.
wasn't no heat in here for like a week.
Oh, Ruthie, it was. When you went on vacation in the right time. And I used to keep the heater. So I'd be like, Riis, you get the other heater. But see, I wasn't prepared. Riis, after Riis told me about his super kit, about how to survive, I was like, Riis know how to handle this. Me, I don't. Turn this heater on back here. Plug it in. We popped the sockets and everything.
Fuse and everything.
We blew the whole.
Y'all wasn't playing.
I remember being like.
Luckily, it was one of them days that it snowed real bad, so the guys was here like cleaning up like around the building, or we probably would have been going live from May's phone.
We was gonna go live from May's phone. All right, hold on. All right, let me So, guys, I had a whole show planned, and I was looking for my last story, and I came across this article, and it really, sometimes I feel like I read this stuff and I be like, wait a minute, they didn't say this, they didn't just really write this, and then I be like, they be saying it in your face, like in your face. Now, I would talk to a lot of City Hall insiders would tell you that Fran Spielman is probably one of the most respected reporters in City Hall. But then if you would talk to some, they would say she also is messy. I would say in this case, and I don't know that it's messy, I'm going to say that she has different sets of perspectives that she can get. And it's like, if you want some juice, like if you want the story straight, like I feel like Marianne Ahern is where you can get she'll tell you and she'll give you some insight. But when you want the gossipy, or you want to know what the opposition wants to be out in the universe, check it out. So I'm going to read this article that I read in the Chicago Sun-Times today. And I'm going to open up the phone lines. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I'm going to read it first. I want you to take everything that I've said into perspective. I want to read it first, and then I want to have like a phone, social, digital class. So I want you to tell me what you heard when I read it. I want to see if any of you all, if what I have been talking about comes through in this article. Okay. The article is entitled Battle Lines Redrawn. The subtitle, Latino Caucus Forges Alliance with People's Commission on New Ward Map. But Black Caucus Chair says move will have no impact. By Fran Spielman, City Hall reporter. Fran Spielman, that's fspielman at suntimes.com, at fspielman on Twitter. The once-in-a-decade process of redrawing Chicago's ward boundaries based on the latest census data took a dramatic turn on Wednesday, with potential to tip the scales in a voter referendum, even if it changes no city council votes. The Latino Caucus forged an alliance with Change Illinois Action Fund and what it calls its People's Commission after making 10 changes to accommodate the independent map-making people's group to keep key communities from being significantly splintered. Madeline Dubeck, executive director of Change Illinois, said those changes are more than minor tweaks. They keep Inglewood in 2 wards instead of 6 or 7. They keep Chicago Avenue Business Corridor in the same ward with South Austin and Washington Park in the same ward as Woodlawn. They changed some of the boundaries in 6 other wards to align with the maps drawn by Change Illinois' commission. Are y'all listening? Okay. With those modifications, Change Illinois agreed to embrace the Latino Caucus map and back that up with lobbying and fundraising. That map includes 15 majority Hispanic wards, an increase of 2 based on Hispanics' 5.2% population gain in the 2020 census. Veteran map maker and political operative Victor Riis, who is advising the Latino caucus, called the alliance a major development and potential game changer. Our map becomes more transparent, more acceptable in progressive communities. And Change Illinois is committed to start lobbying members of the Progressive Caucus and Lakefront who have kind of been sitting on the fence. A lot of white Lakefront white aldermen are now going to be under tremendous pressure. They're going to have to make a choice, Riis said. Y'all hearing this? It is our research and experience that the voter referendum maps across the country that win are the ones perceived by the voters to be most transparent. Voters don't like insider backroom deal maps. Alderman Jason Irvin, 28th Ward chairman of the city's Chicago City Council's Black Caucus, said no one signed on to the map put forward by Change Illinois, and that speaks volumes about how little impact the group's alliance with the Latino caucus will have. It reduced representation of protected communities, primarily the African American community. That's why it just did not work for the caucus and the community that I represent. Under that scenario, we would have lost 3, possibly 4 seats. That makes no sense, Irvin said. Push me again. A map that lessens the representation of severely of the African American community for us is a non-starter. The major roadblock to the deal between the Black and Latino caucuses is the demand for a 15th majority Hispanic ward. If anything, Irvin said, the alliance between the Latino caucus and Change Illinois moves Chicago closer to a June 28th referendum in which voters choose between the Latino caucus map and the Black caucus version, which includes 14 majority Hispanic wards, 1 less than demanded by the Latino caucus, and preserves 17 African American wards, including 1 with a Black plurality. Right? They're trying to force the war. We saying the gatherers don't want a war. They think everybody doesn't want a war. Reyes just told you we want a referendum because we believe that people will side with us. There's potential for additional adjustments in the map, and for them to come out now before all of that is done probably isn't the best move, but that's on them, said Irvin. Again, push me again. They've invested a lot of time and effort into a process that they're looking for something to show for it. Unfortunately, they just made a bad decision. Dubeck held out little hope of changing council votes. It would take 26 votes to pass the Latino caucus map, 34 votes needed to override a mayoral veto, and 41 votes it would take to avoid a referendum. We readily admit we've not made much headway with the council members to persuade them to support the people's map, so I don't know whether it will have sway within the council. I certainly hope that it would, but I've seen no sign of that so far. I think it would be a good thing if people have a chance to have a say in shaping their wards and their boundaries. That's what this effort has been all about. Dubeck was asked if the alliance might convince, Dubeck was asked if the alliance might convince Mayor Lori Lightfoot to veto the citywide ward map crafted for the Rules Committee and Black Caucus by Mike Casper, who served decades as election law expert for now deposed Illinois House Speaker Mike Madigan. See how they just, Michelle Harris, the Rules Committee chairman, ain't mentioned nowhere in there. So now she ain't even smart enough to make the map. It's really the white boys map, and they're putting his longtime Madigan, right? I'm sorry, I'm letting you, I need y'all to tell me. After all, hear me out. After all, the lakefront vote could be pivotal in the 2023 mayoral election, and Dubeck has accused Lightfoot of walking away from a campaign promise to take the once-in-a-decade political bloodletting out of the back room and hand it to an independent commission. Madeline Dubeck is part of Lori Lightfoot's crew. I would invite her to support the work that came from people all over communities in Chicago. It's clearly the stronger map and is more compact that keeps communities whole in more instances where they have been splintered, particularly on the west side, Dubeck said. it keeps the Asian majority ward that the Chicago Advisory Commission was first to create. Did y'all hear that? Did I miss it? So I don't think that, like, the Black Caucus is operating from the position of the other team doesn't want a war. They do. They want to see you on, they like, oh, like, I think so can I tell you, first of all, if there's a referendum, the consultants will make tens of thousands of dollars because it will be a multi-million-dollar election. We will hire white people to defend us who win even if we lose. But I need for y'all to understand that they basically said we gonna make the white people pick the Negroes or pick us. They also pretty much gave the map making process is no longer, again, not Chairman Michelle Harris, but Mike Casper. They have said that they believe they have the upper hand, and like they're preparing radio, TV, print. Did you hear them say, we are not going to just we're going to back it up with lobbying and fundraising, which means that each one of these aldermen are now potentially targeted as well. They basically said they just laid out to you that was a straight up declaration of war. Straight up. I don't know any other. Let me back up. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. I'm talking, but I'd like to hear from you, Ruthie. Talk to me.
It seemed like it's a boulder rolling down the hill, and it's gonna take some collective action to stop it. Because if one person try to stop it, they might get ran over. So I get it, but I ain't gonna say I feel hopeless, but part of me really, I don't know. We knew this was like happening. To me, the most interesting aspect of it is really the posturing. Like, can we get some posturing? Like that's all. Like, can we at least start there? But maybe there's. So I think it's interesting because it's setting up the stage, like you said, for either you are anti-Latino, you are anti-Asian, or they're going to say you're anti-transparency and you're doing these backroom deals and blah, blah, blah. Political tactics, they basically stay the same. You just change the words. So it kind of reminds me of how the Democratic Party was like, Trump, Trump, Trump. The same way that they saying, Madigan, Madigan, Madigan. So it's just like, tactics are the same. But who can sway the people? And calling it the people's map, no, I don't know about that.
I would tell you that.
What people? Them people?
However,
they people?
It's ambiguous. And again, look, they jumped in and they said, we'll speak for the black people. We're going to keep Inglewood together. Like your issues, we're going to keep Austin together, right? They actually took into consideration the actual tangible arguments that happened and used it against us. So they tell you they're going to keep Inglewood together, but that means they're going to eliminate the black alderman. Let me read this to you. Our map becomes more transparent, more acceptable in progressive communities. And Change Illinois is committed to start lobbying members of the Progressive Caucus and Lakefront who have kind of been sitting on the fence. A lot of Lakefront white aldermen are now going to be under tremendous pressure. They're going to have to make a choice. See, the white boys been able to kind of sit back and let it be between the blacks and the Latinos.
That's what they have been doing for a long time. But see, this is my issue with it because I feel like I'm just going to speak on the Democratic Party, right?
Just really all you got to speak on,
Okay.
'cause we don't
The
even-
Democratic Party has been propping up Latinos over black people for a long time. So now when it comes time to try to stop the Latino tide, we got to try to team up with these same white people that's been using us to replace us.
And the math shows them that they should be, if it's me and I'm doing the math, I'm lining up with the Latinos.
100%. If you're doing the math.
Meanwhile, we're saying, I think what's so apparent to me is that the Black Caucus has been so used to not having a fight, like,
because they've been under them 360 deals.
And I'm with you, but now and so where they think a fight is a bad thing, and it's just you know how I told you, like in politics here, the game is to not have a game. The one of the things, like, I used to be upset as a young Democrat because we didn't have real elections for the president of the Cook County. It goes to you, we made a deal. And it was like this orderly progression, and there never was war, right? It never was. It would be like, okay, we're going to make an agreement before we even get to the meeting who the president is. Mm-hmm. Or like the people with the most votes. So they would be like, we going to cut a deal, we'll put the board together, and there won't really be an election. Mm-hmm. Well, then, now, what's supposed to be the training ground, it's like we're like, imagine being lawyers that have to go to court, but you've only settled cases. Right? The only thing, you're a criminal attorney, but you've never been to court because you always settle. And now they like, I don't want to settle. I want to go to court. No, nope, I'm not guilty. I'm not taking a plea. I want to go to court because I don't believe you got what you say you could do. And you really saying, I don't really want to go to court. Now let's take it up a notch. They said do you think have you ever heard anybody black call white people white? I'm just asking you. Have you ever heard black people in writing, in public, call white people white? Call it what it is. Could you imagine if Jason Irvin said, and those white progressives that Victor Reyes is saying got to make a choice, better recognize that we are the people that saved them from themselves. That this city, that all this political power that everybody is debating was built by black labor. But we got to be so politically correct that you can't even rally your troops. You can't even get the brothers that want to fight because they like, man, what you doing with this? Don't call me to no peace treaty meeting. They are declaring war. Because you know what they saying? And they're taking over the narrative. They have now taken the city map and changed it to the black map. And the Black Caucus is doing it now. The Black Caucus map. No, fool, this is the whole city's map. But they going to let you run up on the whole... Ruthie. So we going to call it the black map so the white people got to out. Well, that's too... I don't want the Black Panther map. Not the city of Chicago. What's best for the city of Chicago? And then the disrespect of this article, and it ain't even disrespect. What it is, mind you, the person calling Mike Casper out was part of the Madigan Dream Team too. But what he realizes that clearly the Black Caucus don't, is that his power was in Madigan. Let me just tell you. I can't even. I am going to tell you. Because I'm just going to do what I was going to do. So this is an example of us aligning ourselves with the past instead of the future. And I ain't going to even lie to you and tell you that I'm not, that I didn't fall for it too. So when we heard that the Black Caucus hired Mike Casper, we were all probably how can I say this? Okay, so there was a time when Mike Casper could walk into a room and he was more powerful than every Democrat, elected or non-elected, in the space. And everybody showed him deference and everybody bowed down. And he was deemed the most effective election attorney, etc. Right? He got Rahm off, all of that. And this is no disrespect to him as a attorney. But the fact of the matter is, I did fall for it. I did. I fell for the fact that having Mike Casper as their attorney would yield the past results. So, like, if this was 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, and he was the attorney, everybody would have bowed down, including the Latino caucus, because he had all of the strength of Madigan. Right? He was the powerful guy because he was enforcing Madigan's. He had the whole toolbox of Madigan behind him. Now that he no longer has the wizard behind the curtain, it's like you ain't got no cape, fam. It's like you cool, but ain't nobody scared. We're still scared. We're still like, oh. But my man got in the paper because they used to compete. Like within the realm of the Madigan Empire, he'd be like, he wanted to be like dude. Because dude was the first and the top lawyer, and it was like you all wanted to like Casper is clearly doing like a $200,000, $300,000 a month business. He was all powerful politically, but it was because he was the swordsman of the speaker. So when we get him, we think, ooh, we get that power, but the speaker ain't the man no more. And so while we're honoring this, mysterious thing, it wasn't that he was the most powerful, it was that they could cheat. No, really. I'm going to give you, they could cheat because they appointed all the election judges. So the perfect case example is we had the lieutenant, we had somebody dead to left. We had all of the video evidence and everything during the Ken Duncan race. It was an open and shut case. We had private investigators, and he could walk in and be like, the case is over. So it wasn't that he was smarter than us. It's just he controlled the system. They picked all the judges. So when he came in the room, it was rigged towards him. Well, we're hoping that we're going to get that same magic. And guess what? It ain't that magic ain't there because the man ain't there. So as our team hires the past, the dude who was inside is like, hey, man, I used to want your cape. I can take it right now.
Blood in the water.
There's blood in the water. You ain't all that. Like, you used to be all that. And again, I'm not even dissing dude, but what I'm saying is, bro, like, I feel like, Ruthie, if all things were equal, I feel like it's a lot of people I would love to go just take a punch, physically. Because you only got away with that stuff because you was with dude. And that is essentially what is happening right now. And we are the recipients of the beatdown. They didn't even, he was smart enough not to put Michelle Harris in it. Because you can't really go against a black woman. But you certainly can go against the map made by Mike Madigan's personal attorney. And we saying they don't want to go to they're going to be like the map drawn by corrupted Mike Madigan's, right? Like now all the stuff I used to say that you would get in trouble for, now is going to be in all the TV spots. This map was drawn by Mike Madigan, the corrupt, convicted, Meanwhile, we saying, do they know that this is going to start a war? Well, they like, yes, we do. They over there Vladimir Putin.
Like, we're pulling out our troops. Steady sending troops in. We don't want war. Steady. And we finna make the white boys show improve now because they got enough out of you. It's the Maze Jackson Show. When we come back, we're going to take callers. I guess maybe, Ruthie, I'm like, did y'all, okay, I just need to understand. Did y'all hear, did that make sense to you at all? Like, I mean, dude just straight up was like, we're going to make you the insiders. We're going to make the people who have been left out, who have been disenfranchised, by the time you get the spot, we taking all the juice out the spot, and we finna make you the insider bad people. And then we gonna show that to the mayor and be like, Mayor, do you really want to be aligned with these Negroes? You need these lakefront liberals. There's crime all over. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
And now, traffic and weather.
Oh, baby. I mean, I know that you're here with me and everything.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:38 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. We head over to sports. The Chicago Bulls and the UC last night taking on the Sacramento Kings at home. DeMar DeRozan 38 will be enough to give the Bulls their fifth win in a row as they win 125-118. We head over to traffic now on the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop is 24 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 20. On the Edens from Deerfield to the Exchange will be 31 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 27. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop will be 33 minutes. Outbound to Thorndale will be 28. On the Stevenson, it's 30 minutes and back from I-355 to the Dan Ryan. On the Bishop Ford, from I-80 to the Dan Ryan, it's 31 minutes and back. The Dan Ryan is now 16 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive, South 55th to Jackson is 8 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 12. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, 8 minutes. Bryn Mawr to Randolph will be 9 minutes. Today's weather is currently 34 and cloudy. Today will be a high of 41 with a low of 19. I'm Riis the Ruler here, slick with Addicted here on The Maze Jackson Show.
You, babe, 'cause I'm so addicted to you. This must be love, 'cause I can't get enough of your love. I'm so addicted. Can't stop. I need you right now, baby. 'Cause I'm so addicted to you. You're always on my mind. It's been too long since I had you in my arms, and I don't know if I can take any more of being without you. Even though it's only been an hour, it feels to me just like forever. And I am hoping that I can see you soon. I'm so addicted. Lord have mercy.
You are listening to The Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, who learned. She got the... Look, y'all.
I hate it here.
So, essentially, what I want y'all to understand is that the Latino caucus wants a war. Why do they want a war? They want this to go to referendum because it becomes a campaign. And as we have no true campaign apparatus, that's the first part. Now imagine that this becomes a referendum where they are running TV spots and radio spots, right? And they're buying cable and so essentially they have the money and the resources. Ruthie, they've been planning for war, not spontaneously. They have been planning for this. So now they got the white folks who saying, we'll take care of the white folks up north. Y'all get ready to get y'all weapons together. The Latino caucus. Remember when I told y'all 3 years ago when Jamie Reed first became the head of the aviation department and she was the guest of the Latino caucus? It was because those Latino caucuses business people were going to be doing business at that $1 billion project. Guess what? Those are the people that are going to be financing this because they see the value of why they want to control it. Meanwhile, our black millionaires are doing what? Kicking it. They don't get politically involved. And so now what you got is people prepared for war, calling you out, and we thinking that we still think they don't want to fight. And it's like they want to fight. They want radio spots. They want to be able to say, Mike Madigan, do you want to be, Illinois is leaving the corrupt ways of, right? Because it ain't us. So now you got these TV spots on saying the corrupt backroom deal created by, and then you know how they make the pictures of black people. 34th Ward alderman on her way to, right? Sentenced for blah, blah, blah. Do you want those people to make?
Straight up.
No, I'm saying. Like, and I'm saying, like, I'm telling you this as the Maestradamus, and when it happens, then everybody gonna be crying foul. Cause remember, in Exterminate the Brutes, they only got certain bullets that they use for black people. Oh, my bad. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Let's go to the live line. I guess my question is, does this even make sense? I feel like, again, I'm in the wilderness because I'm like, I read this article and I was just like, they couldn't possibly be saying this in the paper like this. They couldn't possibly. And it just says to me, they could care. They ain't worried about you. I just keep seeing people getting muffed and it's like, man, the next one hit. Do they know that if you do that again, I might fight you? Well, fight me then.
Amazing grace.
Let's go to the live line. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show.
Can you hear me?
Hey, James. Ruthie, James is on. He knew you came back today. Hey, James.
How you doing this morning, beautiful? I want to say this, man. And you probably have already talked about this before, but it's new to me. I was watching Channel 11, and they were talking about the Deacons of Defense and how they dealt with, you know more about government than me. You know, I just think that when you get into business and you start boycotting, you get people to start reacting to, you know, what you want. You know, I think that if black people just stop buying tacos and burritos and Chinese food and all of that business, you know, that would affect them in a negative way. Every time you shop with them, it's like you paying for them to pay for people to work against you, you know, and you don't have to even bring out the guns, you know, the knives and fighting in the street and all that. Just stop shopping with them and they'll go away. Don't go to any Peppies. Don't go to any of those, I can't think of that one Chinese restaurant. Pandas, that's what I'm trying to say.
That's white people. That's white people. But go ahead, I'm with you.
Well, I thought that was a Chinese restaurant. Oh, my bad. They sell Chinese food. But my point is, if we just stop shopping with them, you know, and maybe just start going to grocery stores and we still shopping with people that don't look like us, and maybe it'll influence some of us that got some business sense, unlike myself. I don't, but you got plenty. it might get them to start opening up some stores, and so that we can shop among ourselves and kind of force them away. Because if you're spending money with them, you're giving them power. I don't think I really worded this quite the way I wanted to, but that's basically my point. Just boycott their businesses. Don't shop with, don't buy any tacos, burritos. I don't even care if it's in a grocery store, or shrimp fried, beef fried rice, none of that business. Keep your money in your pocket and eat something else. That's what I want to contribute. Thanks for taking my call. Hope that made sense, sir.
It definitely made sense, and I got to tell you, James, that's funny because we be like Taco Tuesday for real. Like I'm telling you, black people be out there like Cinco de Mayo.
I like tacos.
I do too, but we can make our own. And you better start eating eating tacos on Doritos. It's Maze Jackson show. I can't believe they just straight was like, who gonna check me, boo? And he calls up there. Anybody got caller? You on the Maze Jackson show? How they just gonna put in the paper that? Let me back up. Let me tell me your thoughts, caller. I'm gonna stop telling you mine. What's up, caller? Where you calling from? And who is it?
How you doing, Maze? This is Al Evans.
Hey, Al, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Appreciate you, man. I can't wait for you. Thank you for your volunteering tonight too. We appreciate you, brother.
No problem, Maze. Couple things. The top of that article you read, you said it said something about the battle. Is that correct?
Let me see. Oh, yes, battle lines redrawn. Yep.
So battle means war, period. So there's no secret. It's war. Number two, the second thing I wanted to say, Maze, is that this is why your Black People First political party is so important, because that gives us a structure from which to fight from.
That makes a tremendous amount of sense. That's Al. I'm gonna tell you that's kind of the whole premise. Cause like, how do you align yourself? Like, I don't want to go to war and not know that I'm in a war, right? I don't want to be out in the farm picking corn and cotton, and everybody else is out there sharpening their knives and buying bullets. And it just seems like they don't seem to understand that these people want to have a fight. They want to go to referendum. They can't wait to put us on display and be like, all these years we done been left out the black room deal, and now we are the back room deal, and they all took the power out the spot. It is do y'all understand why y'all only got me for 6 more months? This is madness. This is insanity. Like, how do you get in the paper? How are you reliant? I'm not even going to say how, because I do it. But I had to pay a price. It's like...
I'm with you, Maze.
It's like we are not threatening at all. At all. Like, at all. Like, I feel like knowing what's at stake, you should be pretty concerned about... I feel like some days I do wish they would free Larry Hoover. I do wish they would free Chief Malik. I do wish that they would free some. Like we need some what is it? Testicular
fortitude.
Testicular fortitude. Like, you don't get to get on TV and tell me what you about to do to me. You don't. Tell me when a black person says, we gave you blah, blah, we done saved this whole joint. And now the white people got to get off, the white progressives got to get off the fence. What happened to George Floyd? Like, they talking cash smack. Remember that? George Floyd Maya. It's the Maze Jackson show. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson show. What?
Good morning. Byron here.
Look at Byron. Byron, go ahead, man. Beat us up. Tell Riis.
No, I gotta be nice.
You don't gotta be nice, Byron. This is crazy, though. This is crazy.
Remember who is giving you all these people over the border. 170,000 coming across the border from the South America every single month. 170,000. Guess who's allowing them to come in and replace us? It's not Trump. Say it. It's Biden and the Democratic Party. The liberal left, the white liberal left, are doing it intentionally to displace us. Let me tell you something about Dick Durbin when he ran in the black community. That D is so important to black folks. They don't even care about their self-interest. They went and voted for the D. When that thing came to vote, let the illegals vote in City Hall, the black folks all they see is a D and they're told what to do. They go and vote for against their own interests. I saw it coming. You saw it coming. The lady next door you saw it coming. We give away our power so they can control us and get rid of us. Would you say yes or no to that? We gave away our power.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, Byron.
You don't have to, though.
No,
Let Riis do it.
No.
I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want to get you in trouble. Riis could be. We can get rid of Riis and replace him. Okay, but he's a good guy. I love him. I love him. But all I'm saying, Maze, we gave away our power. We didn't see it. We're not thinking. We're not strategizing like you say all day. You gotta strategize short term, mid-term, and long term. Like the lady says next to you all the time. We don't do it. And look at the predicament we're in now. We are becoming a nuisance. I told you before, we are a nuisance to them. They're going to replace all of us. Those with money will get to stay. Those without money are going to have to get the hell out of here. Everybody sees it. These black folks are concentrating on the D is supposed to concentrate on black folks. I told you unity in terms of helping each other. We got to support each other. No one else is going to do it. The lawn care, the snow removal, the rehabbing the houses. Get black folks to do it for you. If you can't find them, ask somebody. They're out there. We got to support ourselves because otherwise we can be gone much faster. But we did it to ourselves with that voting rights, giving them the right to vote, and now we're giving them free money for a whole year as in the last budget. Free money to illegals to stay in the city at our expense that we pay taxes for. Trump was right. People worry about the orange hat, the raw orange man. Who cares about that? Stop those suckers coming in because they're about to replace us. If you stop them, you can stay longer. If you let them, 170,000 come per month across the border, and they ship them to all over the United States in every city at night. People listen to CNN and MSNBC. You got to look at other stations and get the real news. I listen to those stations too. I laugh at them. Inflation is not a problem. Inflation is a problem. Gas prices is a problem. Food prices. I go to all these, and some of the stuff is not even there because of the shortages and stuff. Everything's expensive. We are going down the wrong road, and black folks need to get their head out the sand and start voting their own interests. That's my thought for the day. What do you say, Mace?
I say we're going to have to get you a show, man. We're going to have to get the Byron show.
No,
Byron. Can I tell you something? Byron, I think sometimes people give you a hard time, but I think you speak with a lot of common sense. And I would tell you that I agree with you more than I don't. And I think you're right. I mean, it baffles me that the Black Caucus could vote against citizen being in our city constitution and our ancestors. Yesterday I was in Riverdale and I told people that them senior citizens, they was like, did you know that they took being a citizen out of the city constitution? And they was like, why would they do that? We fought for that. And this whole thing about undocumented voting, hold on. So now, again, one more example of when we get it, they take the value out of it. So now, remember, we wanted to be treated like American citizens. Well, now we trying to get to being a citizen, and now there's no value in being a citizen. You fought for the right to vote. You got the right to vote. Now they want to take away. They want to let everybody vote, right? Anything that we get, when we get there, they take the power out of it. Ruthie, do you remember me telling you about Alderman Burnett? Alderman Burnett became the chairman of the Cook County Young Democrats, but before it was him, it was white folks were the chairman. J.B. Pritzker, all of them were young Dems in Cook County. Like all the rich, Mike Carbonell, like all of these. When Alderman Burnett became the president, the white people left because they said, we got money and we going to start the DLC 23. And so then JB and his crew take the money and the power out of it. And now the Cook County Young Democrats, 20 years later, 30 years later, is a shadow of itself. And like, where's all the same energy that y'all have for me? Like, where is that? Like, who calls up and be like, is this you? This what you on? What your people think about that? What you working on? It's funny to me. Because a couple weeks ago, I was on a call. I'll tell you about it later. But I just, Riis, that calls, these people don't, like.
The way the system is set up, it has to be burned to the ground. Because the way the current system is set up, our black elected officials really ain't quite in a position to be able to be anti-Asian, anti-Latino, anti-transparency. Because once they hit them with that, the people that they serve have been neglected for so long, they can't necessarily rely on the people. So what they gonna do?
Give away our birthright.
But they gonna keep theirs. And that's the challenge. It's because we don't have that collective. So a Riis, he can say whatever he want to say because he know he gonna have his people got his back.
And then they'll be at the meeting to lynch me. I look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're gonna take your calls, but we're gonna take a quick break. I hear you, Riis. I see you trying to catch up. It's the Maze Jackson Show. It's a war going on outside. No one is safe from. You can't run forever. All right, y'all. I want to thank everybody from WBGX 1570 AM who is tuned in to us. Thank you to the Saints. But y'all want to hear this conversation because it's going to keep on. And I want to hear from you all. Like, y'all, how do we defend ourselves when we mad at the people that are in the ring? Because they in the ring. It's like we can't change them in the ring. But they getting punched. They getting beat up. But the reality is they getting beat up.
Yep.
We're getting beat up.
Yep.
It's almost like virtual. Like, they'll survive. But we going to be beat down when they gone.
It take a level of humility, stupidity at the same time.
Right.
Because it's like, you finna be good. But if I say this, if I step out on a ledge, now I'm cutting myself off from opportunities trying to defend you. But honestly, I can't. I just, it's hard to.
Ruthie, think about how I feel, right? Like, think about how I'm thinking. Like,
I can't imagine.
Nobody came to my defense yet, except for my two guys. Right? Nobody. And I feel like even in the case of the people they have watched me die on the vine. They thought I was going to die on the vine. People telling me that they loyal to Democrats and the Democrats the ones doing you. Talking about you can't help Kerry because you, what, huh? Who helping you? Who's on the team? Think about this. We get control of the Democratic Party, now don't nobody, now we got to be civil to the white people.
Mm-hmm. Term limits on the speaker. What?
It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back. I'm going to take your calls. Y'all got to tell me, how do we defend the people that are responsible for our voice when they haven't necessarily been our voice. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater, but she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they did get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gonna tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narrative. It's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wilding with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. Act 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 now here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mace Jackson Show. It's time. I feel like happy birthday, Ness. Happy belated birthday. Loch Ness Monster.
It's monster.
Stir.
Is it an ER at the end or A?
A.
It's stuh, and then she right. He's a
Happy birthday, Loch Ness Monster.
And that's why you lost that spelling bee that one time today. Thought I forgot.
Can I have the origin of the word? Can you use it in a sentence?
Oh, Carrie Jensen. Let
Let me Facebook her to see what she got going on in life. With a C or a K.
Every time I see every Carrie is always there for like my birthday. She always, be like, "What's up, friend? We ain't got no more calls. They didn't call. Y'all hung up. Y'all scared cause y'all getting punked." And that's exactly what be happening. Y'all be scared.
Maze, one time in school, they let a teacher who had an accent be the person that's reading out the words for the spelling bee, and I spelled a word wrong because I ain't understand what he was saying, and I feel like
so you lost too.
I want to go back in time though and be like, can we get? Come on,
dog. Do you stay?
What word was it?
What's true? You stay?
I'm embarrassed to say it because I know it now. The word was dragnet, but I promise you he ain't say dragnet.
What did he say?
Drugnet.
It was, I don't know what he said.
Look, I learned phonics.
Drugnet.
Could you use it in a sentence? Hell no. I don't know what the hell you said. So,
Can I get the origin?
Ruthie, this is the other part. And so this is the other thing I was going to say. So I was reading, and I swear to God, I feel like they be listening to my show and then saying stuff. Let me read what they said today in Politico. Hold on, because they talked about this. Map maker. An effort to redraw Chicago's wards into a people's map. Organizers of the effort, through their support behind Latino caucuses, plan to redraw Chicago's wards for the first time in a decade by WBZ's Becky Vivia. What about the Irish? The media has continued to focus on the Black caucus versus the Latino caucus, and I think the question here is really, what are the Southside Irish doing in all of this? Ramirez Rosa said he took aim at the Rules Committee's lawyer, Michael Casper, who has represented Michael Madigan. Just think, there was a time when you signed Mike Casper because he was with Mike Madigan. Now they are pummeling him because he was with Mike Madigan. Right? Do you see there's a unified message here? They aren't making this, they aren't even giving the Black caucus the credit so that they can get to say, because nobody, realistically, if you combine the Black caucus and Mike Madigan, right, and you hand it to white people and you say, or the people's map, who you think they going with? I mean, think about when you say the Black Caucus to black people.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't really like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They like, And so somebody says it's the people's. So imagine, because check it out. With the people's map, they got black people on their team. So imagine the people's map goes and identifies black pastors and says, we want the people's map. Right? And imagining they go find and they do the commercials and they find the young whippersnapper millennials and they say the millennials on the commercial saying, we want the people's map. Meanwhile, what the Black Caucus going to say? We want y'all to get the black map. They're going to be like, the black map? Or Mike Madigan's map. Do you want the backroom deal map made by Mike Madigan's architect, the political consigliere of Michael Madigan? We've already thrown Mike Madigan and his shenanigans out of business. Do we want him playing in our local politics? See, the Black Caucus is very rapidly being painted into a corner. Again, what about the Southside Irish? See how they just did that? So Latinos ain't going to be taking wax at Black Caucus. They'll save that for somebody else. And then they paint the mayor in the corner by, again, Madeline Dubeck. They talk about progressives, but she also, it appears to be, wanting to hold the mayor accountable to her bringing the light. So, like, the smartest thing if I'm the mayor is to double-cross the black people. And be like, hey, look, this is the mayor, how the mayor pivots. You know, I support Alderman Michelle Harris, but I cannot support the backroom shady deals of the attorney of the already corrupt Speaker Mike Madigan. And so I'm going to veto this, and we're going to have an open and transparent process. They already gave her the roadmap in the joint. Super simple. And who cares about black people being offended? I mean, and what the Black Caucus going to do? They didn't make her give us no cannabis. They didn't make her give us no gaming. She gets what she wants, so she could diss them. I mean, to me, the smart play is to diss the Black Caucus. They are giving her the playbook. They are making it easy, right? They are, again, if the story becomes Mike Casper, the attorney, the backroom attorney deal for, right? The guy look, if it's me, it's the guy who got Rahm Emanuel elected. Who proved that Rahm's dress. I mean, and again, we're aligned with, like, he could be the best lawyer right now in the world, but the reality is his associations that were at one point positive are now negative. So it's like, again, I'm not denigrating his legal skill, but the real power behind having him was the other attorneys were intimidated because they knew that Madigan could dry you up. Right? He could just call it, he could flip the switch, and the person across the line, the judge, everybody else be like, we are with him. Forget the rules. Well, now he don't have that magic power. But we hitched our start to that. Meanwhile, the Latino caucus, who was fractured, saw the blood in the water. They went and got the architect of the last backroom map, who was lauded for saving the compromise, and then takes that and puts it on the outside and then flips the table and says, no, I'm not the insider, you are. And we still talking about they're only making it worse for them when they go to if it goes to referendum. Like I feel like the Black Caucus is talking like there's the possibility of avoiding a referendum, and I'm saying they're saying we want the referendum. What do we have to do? I mean, it's like
if the referendum happens, then it's a people for people vote, right?
So you when you get on the referendum and you look on the ballot and it says the city of Chicago backroom map, you're gonna heard 3 million commercials, or you see the people's map that took everybody into consideration. Because while it is white progressives, they gonna certainly run commercials to black folks. Because they know See, because here's the thing. We don't have a real trusted source. So they can flood the market and you don't know what the hell to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see, and so imagine for the next, from March until June, you're seeing all these commercials, the people mapping is one young black people getting involved in young Latinos and senior citizens. I want the people's map.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't even have an ad campaign going. They like, bring it. We're going to raise money. We're going to lobby. Who's doing that for us? Because we be playing politics. It's like I was saying the other day, we like to get in the room and pontificate and talk smack. They be in a room like, who got the money? Who got the troops? Who got the resources? Who's doing the media? Because the other part is, for the political operative, he's going to get paid. This campaign is a profit center. He gonna get public affairs money. He gonna get TV money. He gonna get media money. He gonna get money to pay people to go out and do stuff. He gonna be paying black people.
Mm.
Meanwhile, black people will be saying, hey, Mace, say something. Probably won't even say, let me buy an ad campaign on what's in it for the black people media. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Let's take a phone call. How? What would we do? It's the Mace Jackson Show. Caller?
Hi, Mace.
Uncle
Can you hear
Rosie.
me?
I can hear you, Uncle Rosie.
Okay, am I coming through clear?
Clear as a whistle.
Okay, you know what, Mace, as I was listening to you, my heart is really heartened. And I thought about I had always imagined things were like you are telling me, but you have been there and you're validating that this is the way i.e. politics, life run in reality. Now I hear this and I say, gee whiz, okay, I know I'm not the only one. I listen to all of these intelligent folk call you and talk about them and have answers. I listened to the interview the other day between the Alderman's representative and Nipsey. I listened to that. And I see this conflict. And I say, there has to be a better resolution. And I'm going to tell people that you out there, you black folk over the age of 50, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Because this man is telling you the game. Telling it to you, you're awake and you're woke, and yet you don't participate. Everybody's not the same soldier, but whatever you do, you need to come to the Saturday meeting at TP. This man is telling you the truth, the game of how it's being played, but you send him back. Send him back. And I know, you know what, the other side of this game is that I have to sit back and look. I've never seen on the media. I would think that we black folk are doing real good. I see people on TV. I see black folk doing this. I see black folk doing that. But is that real what I see? Yeah, we're moving up. I'm not going to say we're not moving up, but guess what? In proportion to everyone else, we look silly. We take the people from out of South America, you beating on drums to come in here, and within 30 days they can be elevated above us. How could people over 50, you need to come or stop? Now, I'm not going to tell you what, because I had to go through what the systemic racism had done to me. It's a difficult thing to fight an invisible enemy. Maybe I'm not going to take too much, but Lord, I wish that every one of you who think you care about your people, come on Saturday and make an effort. Maybe leave a contribution and leave, or just come, participate, be part of your own salvation. Okay, Mace, thank you for allowing me to say this. I'm sorry I had to use your airway to do
it's
this.
Your airway. It's not mine.
Situation.
It's not mine. It's ours. Right? It's ours. Thank you, Uncle Rosie. Ugly truth. We got to figure out, when do we stop whooping each other? Like, I don't think any of us has been perfect. I guess, is there a day when we all just say, you did this to me? You just spit it out. Because, again, if we don't, like, right now, here's me. So even in the midst of us trying, like, I'm telling you, there's a war coming. There's a war going on outside no man is safe from. Right? We got to stop fighting each other right now. I don't know how to do it. I don't. I promise you I don't. It's like we find every reason in the midst of this battle that is literally the storms are brewing. And we still, man, y'all got 6 months of me. Where my cards at? Where my Black History cards at? I gotta give y'all Black History Month. Somebody done took my cards. I was taping the box earlier, so nobody took them. I did it yesterday somewhere, so they're probably outside on the thing. But give us a call. Is anybody else they done? They don't want to call no more that's because y'all be out here. They got us out here like we sweet. They got us like we sweet. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show.
Yo, what up, bro? What's going on, man?
What's up, Devo? Mr. Vice
Hey, bro.
President.
I'm excited that I get to follow, Uncle Rosie, because I think that he articulated exactly how a lot of us in kind of my age group feel. And, we got, that Gen X, man, we kind of got backdoored, and all the hustling that we did and all the stuff that we was involved in, I think now's the time we kind of put that cap back on, man, because the people that's representing us now, they don't have no kind of hustler ambition. We don't even know what kind of vibration they on, bro. They not connected with us. You know what I'm saying? And my question earlier was, do they even listen to you? Like, you give out the free game every day, and I'm sure your phone worked because you carry the phone with you. So if they didn't know or they don't understand what a tactic is, man, let me hit up somebody that understands what a tactic is. So what you're seeing is what the difference between a tactic and a strategy is. And if you take this back to a street level, the Latinos, they got the tactics down because they practice these tactics in jail. They practice these tactics in the cartel, all of that stuff. But we killed all our street organizations. We killed all our political prisoners. We do our own people. So now we got the noodly crew running it, and they don't know how to swing back. They got on boots right now, bro. They don't even know what to do or what that means. So the solution is, hey, man, we only got 3 solutions. We can fight, we can retreat, or, we can throw up the white flag, I guess. But in any of those alternatives, man, somebody gotta get something. It ain't really, some people just gotta roll out, bro. Like, man, you can't be over here no more. Because the politicians are not listening, and they are not seeing the change that the people are demanding. My man, shout out to Alvin, because Alvin is really the one that always brings this stuff up. Y'all need to listen to Vicky Dillard. Y'all need to try to listen to Tariq. Maze, you right up there with them people, bro. You're a thought leader just like they are, and you even got more credibility. So everybody need to listen to these people, and you'll find that the streets are telling the leaders what the streets need in order to move forward. And that's all I got, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, brother. Devo. Let me do these real quick. I'm going to do these Black History moments. Ruthie, you can read one. This is caller, stay with us. Give us a call. You like, it's a long one. All right, you don't know his name?
No, that's why you gave it to me.
Because you be knowing that Africa stuff. You know phonics. You smart. All right, y'all. This is the Black History Moment. Black History flashcard number 4, volume 1. Benjamin Banneker, November 9th, 1731 to October 9th, 1806. A free, self-taught African-American mathematician, astronomer, almanac author, and farmer. At age 15, he took over the family farm and created an irrigation system to control the flow of water to the crops. In the 1750s, he invented the first clock in America. It was this invention that got his talents on display for the country. Is responsible for surveying of territory for construction of the nation's capital in 1791 after the lead architect quit. Authored commercially successful series of almanacs and corresponded with Thomas Jefferson, drafter of the United States Declaration of Independence on the topics of slavery and racial equality. That is Benjamin Banneker, November 9th, 1731 to October 9th, 1806. Do you think he said anything about Sally Jennings? Like, let that sister out the closet, Thomas? I forgot.
Black History Fact number 52, volume 1. Zumbi dos Palmares. The principal representative of black resistance to slavery during the period of colonial Brazil. In 1675, he helped defend against Portuguese soldiers. He was known as a great warrior. Unfortunately, in 1695, he was betrayed, denounced, and beheaded by a former companion at the age of 40. And his day of death, which is November 20th, in Brazil is a national holiday known as Black Consciousness Day or Black Awareness Day, November 20th. Zumbi dos Palmares.
All right. That is our Black History Month moment. Tennille, do not. I just sent you a text. Do not. We'll deal with this tomorrow. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Uh-oh. JB wasn't. Hold on. I think Alderman Burnett said JB was not a young Democrat. Pull that down. Let me see what that says. What did he say right there? Dang. All right, so Alderman Burnett says, hold on. That's not correct, bro. JB was never in the YDs, and Mario was before me. All right, so I don't know where I got that story from. All right, so Alderman Burnett said JB did not leave when it was him. So I'll take that story back. I'll retract it. I've been using that one for years. Dang. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I gotta say, this war, at least we know they listening. This man is in the paper declaring war.
VR?
Yep. Talking smack.
Posturing.
It's the Maze Jackson Show. Go to the live line. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Caller?
Good morning, Maze.
Uh-oh. Anthony, what's up, dog?
You, my brother, how you feel?
I got 6 months, dog. 6 months. I'm retiring.
Okay, well, I'm hoping I got that much. But nevertheless, anyway, man, the thing about this is politics is a blood sport, man. I mean, it ain't no place where you trying to take no prisoners. You trying to impose your will. You know what I'm saying? And until we get like that, people are always going to take us for granted, man. They'll just throw them a bone, they'll go home. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if you, when they were tearing up stuff downtown on Michigan Avenue and whatnot and going through it, man, white folks was like, well, what do they want? Why are they so aggressive? Why are they so violent? Man, if anybody else had been through what black people have been through over the years, they'd have been doing that kind of stuff. And see, when the cameras show that on the news, that shows that democracy ain't working for everybody here in this country. That means that other countries be sitting back. Why should we have democracy if everybody ain't getting an equal shot? So until and unless we start getting an equal shot, it's going to continue to be like this. I don't care who you vote for.
like somebody like Mayor Heeshia is. Now she do what white folks would like to do, but don't want to get no dirt on their hands. And then you got this clown Irvin running for governor. He's saying all the things his handlers want to say, and all lives matter. You know, like, everybody been through this. No, everybody ain't been through the same thing. Okay, and until you find people that are going to stand up and start admitting to what was done to black folks and start dishing out the reparations, so I can work with you and you can work with Riis, and we can start building our communities like everybody else has, it's going to continue to be like this. I hate to say it, and I'm not really one of those people that let's burn the place down. I don't want to see that, but I do want my grandkids to have a fair shot.
Man.
And with that, man, and like I was saying, when you have bad options, it's the prelude to bad choices, man. So you got the brother running for governor, then you got the white guy from downstate running for governor, and you got JB. Those are bad options. Those are bad options. How can that be a good option for me? Unless JB come down through here with some Brinks trucks, start hitting folks, set you up a business, set you up. Until that happens, man, we get bad options, man. I talked to you about that the other day. That's the prelude to bad choice. When you have fucked up options, you're going to, excuse my language, you're going to have bad choices. Mayor Heeshia, I mean, she has really done nothing to endear herself to the black community and don't care because her handlers are telling her, this is what we need you to do. This is why we got you in the position you're in. Sign this. She ain't trying to come down to here and make, man, some of the neighborhoods around where I live, man, look like ghost towns. No gas stations, no drugstores, no none of that. But if we have money, we can set up our own stuff. But that's not what they want to see happen. But when they seen all those fires and people knocking windows out and running down the street with flat screens, democracy is almost, let me stop laughing because people think I'm a clown. But that attention doesn't make democracy look like it works for everybody. We've been there just as long as anybody else. Why are we the only ones that don't have anything to show for? Because the system is set in place to keep you down. Keep you from, I mean, the same people you talk about coming across the border, right? They come across the border not speaking English, but they'll put them in a bilingual class to make sure they can speak English. They didn't even want you to be able to read. You walked around when we first got here without pockets to put money in.
Now we got to be bilingual. Damn. Well, I didn't even think about that.
And Mays, I have people, Hispanic friends, I have white friends, people that I've known for years, let's put it that way. And when I do what I'm doing right now, they be like, damn, son, I never knew you thought that. Well, it's the truth. I ain't making this shit up.
The Saints are
excuse me, because I know we're on the church station, man.
The Saints leave at 8 o'clock. If they stay after 8, they get whatever they get.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, man. And until you've been put in the position black folks are in, everybody, well, what's wrong? Why don't they pull themselves up with their boots? They ain't got no boots on.
Which is part of the
reason. And you think all of a sudden...
Go ahead. You finish. Go ahead. No, you finish.
Okay. You know, and it's weird that people think that you should be able to do as good as this white kid in class, and he's had everything. He should know this stuff, but a lot of them don't. You know what I'm saying? But a black kid excels at, he's cheap. You know what I'm saying? So it's a system in play. And we all have seen some racism up close and personal. You know, and that's basically the way that all this stuff about cutting up the pie and whatnot. Man, they ain't gonna never give you a decent slice of pie. They'll let you watch them cut it up. This for white folks and Hispanics, bro. You step back. If anything's left, we'll get to you. Get in the line. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. You keep on waiting for them to act right and do the right thing. I don't see it happening, man. Why should they? They've spent centuries doing the things that have oppressed us. Why stop now? Unless you make them stop. And like that's back to what I said originally. Politics is blood sport. we finally got numbers, and less than until we go ahead and assert ourselves and impose our will, we're going to keep getting what we've been getting. Ain't no two ways about it. We're going to get what we've been getting because it worked last time. Why are you so upset this time? We do this to you all. You should know the bananas in the tailpipe or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But and I don't want to sound like somebody. Let's start the revolution, but I know we can't keep accepting these donuts, and we keep getting these zeros. That's what we're gonna have. And I have grandkids. That's why I always mess with you about grandkids, man. Because it's the best job you'll ever have. Somebody unconditionally love you, although they want to shake you down every time.
Like, what you got?
That's enough. What you got, Grandpa? Come here. Let me feel this pocket.
I got
you. But anyway, I don't want them to have to go through what I've been through.
They probably won't have to go through what you got to because we're going to have already accepted our space by then. Right? Like, we're going to Go ahead.
As long as, they start coming clean with the monies and whatnot, reparations ain't a bad idea. That would put everybody on equal footing. Just like they set up there and put people in bilingual classes and gave them the right to work and giving them IDs and stuff like that. We didn't even have no IDs until up to the late 50s, early 60s. So I mean, why make a push to help these people as opposed to us? We've been here since the beginning and got nothing to show for it, more or less. The percentages of black people that have had successes is too minor, man. It doesn't stack up. It does not stack up, man. So
thank you.
And I know, I have a therapist that tells me because she's a friend of the show as well. Anthony, you got to quit going on there talking to me like y'all at the bar. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're going to have people looking at you all the time. I thought you was all right. I am all right, but I do have concern.
See, but
why is it like this for my people?
Why I got to be crazy, though? Like, it just is, it's amazing to me, right? Like, the only thing I have ever, I'm going to say there's been times when I've been very colorful. And now people tell me, you got as many supporters as you do detractors. And my premise is this. If your friends and your enemies say the same thing about you, then you obviously are doing something right. Right? And I just, I think, like, from my standpoint, I don't lie. It's uncomfortable, but it's not a lie. And I'm saying, like, yo, it's like I could keep telling us what is that song and the band played on? So as the boat is going down, we doom 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 doom. Man, give me some Earth, Wind, and Fire. Doom doom doom. It's a hole in the boat. Doom 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 doom. Man, we on the deck party. Hey y'all, it's a hole in the boat. Man, hit that bass line. Dancing to our own demise. Go to the live line. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Hello. Welcome to the Maze Jackson Show. Hello. Roberto. Oh, Robert, what you doing, man? Call him.
Hello?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You mean you out here? Pay attention, man. Keep up. Come on. Stay ready. So you have to get ready. What's up, Robert? How you feeling, man?
No, I'm all right. As I said yesterday, man, just train Negro syndrome. That's us, like you say, partying on the boat while it's a hole in it. Just train Negro. But I think the part of our main issue that we can't, get everything together is I think we're the only group of people that has shunned our warrior class. Every other group seems to embrace their warrior class. We seem to shun ours from our young folks. You see Tyrone Muhammad, he embraces them. We shun you, and we're not unified behind you. And then our warrior, and I'm not here to cape for him, but I look at somebody like Alderman Anthony Beale. He seems to be the warrior alderman, but we don't embrace him. And that's why he's on the side of the Latinos. And I just think we haven't gotten anything in this country without either some type of boycott or some type of fighting. Diplomacy just doesn't work for us. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. And Robert trying to get in the phone club. He 2 days in a row. I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back. We're going to wrap this thing up. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Y'all give me a call, though. I mean, how do we get in this thing? Do we need to get in this thing, or should we just accept? Should we just accept it? Accept it as it is, and then make a bake. Should we just go ahead, like they said to Chris Welch, take term limits now after they had it for 40 years? Did I tell you? Do you know they tried to do that to Kerry?
Term limits.
So when Kerry became the president of MWRD, after they had all the white presidents forever, do you know that one of the members, the newest members, proposed term limits? Like, we should, I'll support you if you put a term limit. We just had a president for the last 25 years, but you, black woman, have to have term limits.
I know this might be a different conversation, Maze, but I really do think that a lot of this is rooted in religion and how religion is brokered through politics. It automatically makes us more docile in a sense because it's the Obama singing Amazing Grace. That's all I can hear. And I think when you grow up and they indoctrinate us with people of color, we shall overcome, nonviolence, hold hands, protest, use your body to sing. Like, they indoctrinate us that way so that when we do get into the blood sport aspects of politics, like once we able to realize it, it'd be too late. Like, our defenses be way too down. And then it takes a different level of getting over your fear and that indoctrination for you to be able to say, no, I'm going to be unapologetically black in my interests. Even if that means that, even if I feel, because, you know, it come down to feelings, even if I feel that that's anti-Latino, if I feel that that's anti-Asian, like, we got to get over that fear and the way that being anti makes us feel, because we literally we about to be gone. So it's like, we gonna cry, or are y'all, what we gonna do? And for an elected official at this point now to be like, hell no, we won't go, might mean demise for their individual self. And so I don't quite know how to navigate that aspect of it, but I can kind of see why they like, I got to preserve my spot. I can't jump off the ledge for these Negroes right now because I got to keep my spot. And that's probably what the program that Bill on.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's that after you can't get collective, then it's self-preservation. The number one, the first is self-preservation. If my own people trying to kill me, then I'm gonna go make an alliance where they not trying to kill me.
That's why I'm wondering, like, are we too far gone? Can we reshape these alliances? Can black elected officials say, hey, black people, I'm willing to support this black agenda, but I need y'all to do A, B, C, and X, Y, and Z? Like, are we too far gone to be able to get that collective back? Because literally, one person can't stop this from rolling down this hill. Like, literally, like, a bunch of people gonna have to.
Well, I mean, it's like, and I done been rolled over by the boulder. I done made it back, but I ain't trying to get rolled over by the boulder again. When we come back, Jesse White has decided who he's going to endorse.
Oh!
And he's announcing later today. This is interesting. We want to talk about that too, so get the phone lines ready. When we come back, it's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop, located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC.
RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
The skin I'm in fit me fine, tailor-made, yeah, I'm comfortable. And so it seems I'm still chasing my dreams. They told me, watch my steps, they want to pull the rug from under you. This is transparency, my life 3D. Live every word that I utter, reporting live from the gutter. Where the mind's hard to change, but we don't give up on our brothers and sisters. Cause we all need one another. The time's getting closer, revolution, feel it coming. I can smell it in the air. Inhale it, let it embody you. Because chances are the cops pull you over, they body you. Plus we don't trust each other, so it's just another obstacle. Why jump hurdles to make a change? It ain't optional. Olympian mindset in this booth with my binoculars. I see my vision getting clear. Justice what a prophet do. My music touch the people's soul. Black power gospel tunes. So many styles, watch me kick them like they soccer moves. Falling rank and file, this is my platoon. Soldiers at attention, ain't no Willie lynching. This the program. Who they think they kidding? Reinvent the system. Total reconstruction of our mental stigma. This ain't a game, boy. Still they think I'm talking about Nintendo's. That's a shame, boy. Augment reality. Better fix your brain, boy. I love my people, hope they love me black. I'm going hard and ain't no holding back. Watch me react. I put my fist up in the skies like a beacon for believers that one day we return to our greatest if we seek it. All the glory we can obtain it. Keep reaching, keep reaching. I'm painting this picture. I hope you see it. Just what the theme is. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud, man. I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey, hey, hey. Well, how about you to sing these tunes too? Customize for you a little something you can grow to. Feeling good about yourself. Melanated mood muse. Always service humble pie. We don't care about who's who. Light brown or dark skin. This right here's for you too. We are the gods of the earth. Living proof truth. Say it loud if you black and proud. I salute you and that's a fact. Where you at? Let me hear you say it back. I love being
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. It's kind of like, I love being black, but I hate for people to think we sweet. I hate for people to think they
black and the berry, the sweet and juice, and do what they say, Ruthie. See how they flip it real quick on us.
Straight up.
See how you did that, Riis? I see how you did that. But I it's something to me. I can't lie to y'all. That article really just blew the. Ruthie, you see how all these pages I did? I had a plan for every hour, every half hour. I read that article and I got lost in the sauce. I got the sauce. You got the sauce? We don't got the sauce. Because clearly, there is no fear of a black planet anymore. I think if you look at who has been presented, who would you say is the last black strongman politician you've seen?
What was the dude who was the hog? Don't tell me. Only cause, I felt like he was willing to say some stuff.
You know what's so crazy though? You know what one of the things he was most proud of?
What?
Was that he had a Hamburg Association jacket. That he was an honorary member of the Hamburg Club. And the Hamburg Club was the gang that Mayor Daley was in. And it's like, for a black person to wear that jacket is almost like, I don't even know how to explain it to you. So it's like, the strong man is because you could kick Negroes' ass. Right? You was a strong man. Yo, strong man. So, like, our strong men get their reputation for kicking Negroes' butts. Right? Like, the baddest black man is the baddest black man because he can whoop on black people. The baddest white man or the baddest Latino feels like he don't got to worry about whooping on his people because he can whoop on you. In his mind, he'll say to himself, I put them people in the spot. Like, it's tough when the guy talking kind of put you in play. Right? He be like, I remember, like when somebody come to you and you be like, hey, man, I remember when you was just a young pup. You like, I'm grown up now. You still a kid to me.
They son you.
Right. Son. And you done been 20 years in the game and we still talking. Like, think about the fact that
it went from boy to son. Ain't that progress? I'm being sarcastic.
I ain't your boy or your son. And it's really crazy to watch how black people respond to him. Like, there is this, like, dog, he can't beat you up. Like, I be like I feel like here's the thing that I think that we don't.
Maze, but straight up one-on-one, Massa couldn't take half of the slaves either.
Ruthie. But my point is, like,
the systems around our minds are colonized.
Like, I feel like, what's that when Mike Tyson be like, everybody got a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
That's why I say, Maze, you can't plan for everything.
I could plan for a punch in the mouth
because
I'm going to have my cousins around. They go, the second he swing, I want y'all jump.
That sound good, but that's because you got the infrastructure set up.
But that's my point.
We ain't got the infrastructure to be planning all the time.
Ruthie. Like, I was just thinking, like, they was like, don't disrespect the black woman, and wrote a letter to the Tribune, to the Sun Times. Like, yeah, hey, bro.
But, Maze, that's the court of public opinion.
I'm talking about the court of public opinion is y'all sweet.
Why you slamming your
Cause it's like we sweet.
But it's the court of public opinion.
We sweet, right? And in the court of public opinion, we are sweet.
We can't use the same playbook that we used to use.
Right. We ain't sweet. Like, dog, what's the threat? Like, again, you notice how I tread lightly on certain topics now? Because I know the threat. When you know it ain't... When you know that you can say and do whatever you want, and the worst they gonna do is be mad at me for talking about it. Like, at the end of this conversation, I will be the person that's got the beef. Even though dude got your pants down. Y'all gonna say y'all witnessed it. He's doing it. I'm telling you, pull your pants up. We can fight. Man, it's been this way. I'm used to it. Kind of love me. Kiss me. Go to the live line. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller. Hello? Hello?
Hi, good morning. My name is Yvonne Morris, and I appreciate everything that you do. I'm sorry that you're deciding to change your direction in 6 months, but if it's for the best for you, we hope that it's for the best for us as well. But my question is, what is the time and address of the meeting place that the brother was speaking about that occurs on Saturday mornings? And to follow up, other than Operation Push, is there a meeting place other than the one he spoke of for the black people to come together? And thirdly, is there a meeting place for Reverend Al Sharpton's group in the Chicagoland area? That's my question.
So that's 3 of them. I can start with the middle one. Well, the first one, which is every Saturday, 5401 South Wentworth. It's the mall at the Dan at 55th and the Dan Ryan. It's a location called TP. You'll see a bunch of brown windows. It's right next to the dialysis center. That meeting occurs every week, every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock. As it relates to where does Reverend Al Sharpton's organization meet, I am not privy to that. I do not have that information. There was one more question. Other than Operation... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Other than Operation Push, I think there are a variety of groups that are trying to meet, or not let me say trying, that are doing their thing. I don't have their information. I'm happy to share it. But I would encourage you to join us every Saturday from 10 to 1 at the Black People First meeting where we talk, then take action. Also, shout out to everybody from the 34th Ward. Thank you for calling. And if you need any more information, give us your email address and we definitely will invite you. Let me do this. Reese, I got one more call. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Caller, what you got for me? I'm a little upset.
Coming this way.
Okay. Hello.
Caller?
Yeah, this is James. What's up, broski?
What up, James Matthews? What up, broski? How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm hanging in there one day at a time, brother. One day at a time. Listen, I'm really at a loss of words. I'm at work, so I'm gonna try to make it quick. But why can't we call these aldermen? See, I'm not really about talk. I'm about that action. Because I want to go to the aldermen and talk to them. Because this ain't right, man. I feel like we being bullied, and I don't like people trying to bully nobody. And I feel like the black aldermen being bullied. Where they cojones at? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
That's James. That's my point, right? Like at a certain point, we gotta you can't be jumping on them because it's like it make it feel like we sweet, right? And I don't know that it's necessarily the alderman that we need to call. I think we need to start making the people that's talking smack think it ain't just them. You talking to all of us right now. James, I do think we should think about going to the alderman's office, but I think we need to go to their office, not trying to turn their office over, but be like, okay, little bros. You know how people be like, what's up, big bro? Okay, little bros. We gonna get with you, right? You invite us to the meeting. You ain't gonna have to write another letter to the Chicago Sun-Times talking about treat out. Just invite us to the meeting. I can confidently tell you that if Tyrone Muhammad was sitting in the meeting, I bet it'd be a lot less slick talking. I bet it'd be a lot less slick talking out the side of your mouth. Now the problem is, our team has already denigrated the person that would get you back. Right? It's like, so right now, there's just no threat. There needs to be a threat. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Reese, we got anybody else on there? All right. Thank you, brother James Matthews, for calling. And once again, James, my condolences to your family. I stopped over at Cage to pay my respects to your family and the loss of your father. So I just want to let you know that you're in our thoughts and our prayers. So I was just, according to Capitol Facts, Jesse White will today endorse Anna Valencia for Secretary of State. It's pretty interesting because people were swearing after the auto show that Jesse White would be endorsing Alexi Giannoulias. Jesse White, who is arguably the most popular politician in Illinois history, has won all 102 counties, Democrat or Republican, since he's been running. And according to some studies, is the most popular elected official in the country.
What?
Yes. As you know, he will not be on the ticket this year. And I think it was widely anticipated that he would endorse Alexi Giannoulias, who has appeared to have this sense of inevitability. Mm-hmm. But I am going to tell you that there are people who believe that in spite of the amount of money and relationships, that Alexi Giannoulias is vulnerable and is a liability in a general election. And the last thing that Democrats can do is afford to lose the Secretary of State's office. I think it's going to be a tough election year. And so I think one of the things that I will tell you is that in the Democratic Party, the primary candidate of choice is a woman of color. Like their numbers, their math. If you're a white man, they basically like give it up. And I think this goes in line with that. I think people are going to say, whoa, they thought that Jesse White would endorse Alexi, but I think it points to what many think will be the flaws in Alexi Janulius that will be exposed in the Democratic and in the general election. Like Democrat, like again, it's kind of like the whole, like, you know how we tend to pick a flawed candidate as black people? We'd be like, we going to ignore this part. Don't nobody need to talk about that. I think that what this pick shows is that Alexi was not able to win the Senate race and lost to Mark Kirk after the Obama era, after being state treasurer and being popular. I think he has a lot of access to capital, but I think the whispers behind the scenes have always remained. I think there's a lack of political history or knowledge. I think Jesse White is being a lot more strategic in this pick than people think, right? So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Again,
man, we ain't want to pick Jesse. We wanted the succession plan. I'm sorry, Mr. White.
I agree. You know, I'm still offended. Like, I think, so even with the Jesse White pick in this case, is kind of why, like, just think, so Anna Valencia used a lot of black people to stand on their shoulders to get a relationship with Mr. White that should have already existed with black folks. There was a succession plan. There was. Until
fear.
Till white privilege walked up and said, F your succession plan. I can't go into it. But I was just thinking about how black people show deference to the black man only for the white girl to win. So I'm not tripping on her. But I am thinking that our legacy was passed on to someone who really So let me just say this. Y'all know I come from the 27th Ward. I don't make no bones about it. The guy who brought me to the game always taught me to be loyal. And I have watched him be loyal to a fault, even to the point that some of us are critical. But you know my friends are my friends. I tell you that all the time. Nobody get to pick my friends. And when everybody else was talking about, you fight, Mace, you wasn't talking and screaming, but I didn't fall off the cliff. I just got to say that for those of us that learned loyalty, this is a tough pill to swallow. It's the game. It is the game.
The dark side of planning. Because they don't respect nothing that we got.
They don't respect, right.
They don't respect nothing that we got.
I'm bothered. I'm not going to front.
This is an altar call for all of the elected officials.
I mean, it was funny because I was thinking about David Moore, Alderman David Moore. David Moore said that he wouldn't run for Secretary of State until he talked to Alderman Burnett. They're not from the same organization. He don't owe him nothing. But he respected what we've all seen for the last 20 damn years. the alderman's undying loyalty to Jesse White in the face of everything. And anyway, I'm bothered. I am bothered in that it does not, I watched that dude take L after L after L. Always being humble, always deferring to Mr. White. And to watch her be able to come into the organization when she was in trouble, to see Alderman Burnett embrace her and say, come to 27 because you don't got a home. To be sitting in our meetings and to know that one day you going to turn around and cut our guy before. And let me just say this. I'm not. That bothers me. No ill will towards her. It just bothers me because I think about there were multiple people who would have loved to go for that spot. Mm-hmm. That tried to show deference to the process. We show deference to the process and we get burned. Mm. And everybody will act like nobody knew we're none the best of it. And now they're going to sell us back what we already had.
That's why it's like, why y'all want me to play this same game? It's a losing game for us.
It's the Maze Jackson show. That's like crazy. Like, I invite you to my house. What's old girl said she make everybody stay at the hotel? Was it Sheard? When she said she don't let her girl stay at the house no more with her husband, she be like, y'all got to stay at the hotel. You can't stay at my crib. And I have tried to wait my turn. Right? Like, I'll be honest with you. Waiting. You look at these young Latinos and these young white kids, they be like, wait your turn.
Because they part of the process. Where and then they'll for a whole nother 15 minutes. Because black elected officials, the way that the current system is set up is younger people is like, okay, wait your turn, y'all. Wait, just wait. And we gonna get y'all in, just wait your turn. Whereas I feel like other communities, they embrace their young people and to set them up versus, I ain't gonna say gatekeeping them, but versus like they share their power. And I also think that, like Brother Devin said, they still got they street organizations in prisons. Like they still set up a certain type of way. So no matter how it go, they always gonna keep their loyalty a certain way. Like they can hate each other. But I guarantee you they hate you more than they hate each other. So they gonna come together. And I just feel like their ecosystems work together a little bit better than ours. And it's kind of like, who wants to be a part of something that they see ain't working? It's like, I'd rather keep my head in the sand than to be stressed out playing a losing game. And I think that's how the average person is like, I ain't finna play this game. Y'all crazy. It's kind of like insanity, honestly. Yeah, whoop me. I'm next. Who like whoopings like that unless you a sadomasochist? And I feel like black people, we are the number one sadomasochist.
No, we're masochists. We don't like to inflict pain.
Yes, we do on each other. We do it to each other. So we like the number ones. Like, it's mind-boggling sometimes. That's why it's mind-boggling. That's why sometimes I do like having these conversations, Maze, but woo! It put me in a mindset, a frame of mind that sometimes I have to work to get out of, because it really does feel helpless.
What's the matter, Riis? You got
Reese like, I
got
gotta
stomach problems. You got stomach problems, Riis? You okay? We take it too long?
I just feel like I blew my back out or something. I don't know. I just set up too quick. That's that old age kicking in. I'm good though.
Over 30. It's that over 36.
Over 30, you know what I'm saying?
I'm getting old. I'm over 36. Okay, y'all.
Wait your turn. Don't jump the line.
I ain't gonna lie. And then the people who jumped the line be like, "What you was waiting for?" And then here's the other part. The white people pick who jumps the line.
Come on.
They pick who jumps the line. So then the people who do jump the line feel like this is how it's supposed to be. What's wrong with you?
Straight up.
What's so crazy to me?
Straight up. It's an illusion. A lot of this stuff is an illusion. The veil has been lifted, my people.
It's like we want to be loyal to something. We want to be a part of a structure. We do. And
everybody does. It's human nature.
But we align ourselves with structures that are anti-us.
Yes.
Because again, think about Michelle Harris hired Mike Casper to be the lawyer. Because he was the top dude under Madigan. Just think now they're using that same thing to beat her down with.
Mm-hmm.
And we ran to him because we thought, still ain't got no black lawyer on the map. Remember? And the other one I be seeing playing poker on Instagram.
Not poker on Instagram.
Man, Charlie. Hey, man. Yeah. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Ruthie, you got anything else?
Can we end with one solution? Can we just do one solution?
Pick one. Go ahead.
I got it. I'm hoping you got it, man. Can we get a solution in the chat?
Yes, we can get a solution.
Can we get just
Meet
one
us on Saturdays.
solution? There
Meet
we
us
go.
on Saturdays. If this is bothering you, build your own organization. I'm not about cameras. I'm about black political power.
Unapologetic.
Just think. Part of it's still, and even in this debate, Ruthie, it's like, even in this situation, I'm still not rooting against us.
Mm-hmm. No, not at all.
And in the process, it's like, you see how I'm in this fight, and it ain't even my fight. And it's like, people will be like, Mays talk about this, but be like, they will deny me.
Mm-hmm.
Just think, this dude called out our whole damn nation. Whole nation. No repercussion. Maybe there is. Maybe I just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But in the midst of everything going on, you gonna talk slick? Who'll be like, "No, dog, you not talking slick. It ain't gonna be no. I'm not writing no letters. I'm not. Look, y'all. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We got to get up out of here because Ruthie done made us go a whole another 15 minutes late. Round here, I'm disgusted.
Black people first party.
Yeah. Saturdays, 10 o'clock, 5401 South Wentworth. It's the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. Somebody asked me, where do black people meet to talk? Where do black people meet to convene? Right there. Support your own. We'll be back tomorrow. It's the Mace Jackson Show. So for Mace, Riis, Ruthie, I am the host of the Mace Jackson Show, where every single day we ask, what's in it for the black people?
We off on Monday. It's a holiday.
Oh, you said, well, now we celebrating AIDS? That's what we are. We celebrating AIDS. Right. Look, Richard Irvin. Look, Riis like, yes. Richard Irvin said we can have the day off. All the slaves get a great day off on Abraham Lincoln Day.
It They changed it now. It's not even.
It's
Abraham.
President's Day. We gotta celebrate our founding fathers, okay?
That's what
slave fathers.
Yep, they did right. They do right. I'm saying y'all gonna make a video. They gonna have Riis in the video. We gonna see Riis. Riis gonna have them. You know how the slaves had them pants. They came halfway up, and then Riis gonna be like, "I'm in the spot." He gonna be in the commercial like, "We's free next year." Juneteenth.
We get off though.
No, it's the Mace Jackson show. What you thought this day?
Wait, my ancestors. Wait for the ancestors.
Your ancestors was working. For your ancestors, in memory of your ancestors, work.
Vote for none of them presidents. Your ancestors ain't vote for none of them presidents.
But everybody can vote for them now because they could have just got off the boat. Well, they still wouldn't, but the undocumented can vote for the president soon. It's the Mace Jackson Show, y'all. We done went too far, too long, too late. We'll be back tomorrow. For Maze, Riis, Ruthie, I am the host of the Mace Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? If you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace. Oh, look at that. You got to stay ready.
Black. Manuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 close.
Did we say happy birthday to Ness? Happy birthday one more time to Nesty Ness, the Loch Ness Monster with an ER, not an A. Well, we'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
So I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson. Hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get their steal on. Looking for